Wait, what do you mean the intro music ended? Oh, no. I was just posting about stuff on Blue Sky. I didn't even... anyway. Hello. We're here. And my... God, I'm messing everything up today. Yeah, my feedback, sorry, I just heard my audio feedback for a little bit, and let me tell you, the worst part about everything is that, like, I don't know, I just heard myself eating my USB mic temporarily, and I'm like, man, I really need to not do that. That'd be nice. So last time we did the desert chapter, at least in this game, which comes rather late, and honestly, I think it went really well. I was really worried about it for a little while, because I just remember several instances of that chapter going horribly wrong, but I kind of managed to kind of get out in front of the problems that I had with it, and go through it pretty smoothly. This one, though, this chapter, though, well, it's interesting. For a number of reasons, and I'll just say it straight up, it is very, very long, but I don't know. This is a map that I think encourages you to take your time with it. You'll see.
Prince Kurthnaga tells of the connection between Dayan and the Dragon Tribes. Ranulf reveals the identity of the Black Knight. These revelations send Ike's mind spinning in a whirlpool of confusion and doubt. Ike becomes convinced that the answers to all of his questions lie within the Tower of Guidance, and he is determined to reach the tower at any cost. His group arrives in the Duchy of Tanis, near the Imperial capital. Caught in a sudden downpour, they take shelter in the Duke's deserted villa.
Chapter 4, Revelations. This is great! I can't remember the last time we got to sleep indoors. We can be thankful for the rain, I guess. Yeah, the decorations are a little overdone, but the beds will be warm and dry. I'm glad I remembered this mansion was here. Presumably we're the first people to set foot in here since Oliver was posthumously found guilty of trading inherent slaves. I understand the Senate confiscated his lands and property immediately after the Mad King's War ended. Well, someone must be living here. The place is spotless. By law, there shouldn't be anyone here. I wonder if someone is squatting. Is something wrong, Raphael? I feel that we are being watched. I sense no malice, but there is definitely some sort of presence. Perhaps the master of the house? I'll bet we'll find out soon. Straight into it, too. Okay, I appreciate it. Not a lot to really say about this one. Base prep is largely going to be just resupplying and stuff like that. The last map required a lot more of a specialized strategy compared to this one, whereas in this one, honestly, like, with one major exception, because this is an indoor mansion map in a Fire Emblem game, so you could usually tell what that implies. Yeah, we'll just... Man, I really need to restock some people, so... I can take up to 10 units with me, and this is where kind of one of the problems I was having with everything originally might come to fruition is, yeah, I kind of front-loaded this group with a lot of really good units. I've mentioned it before. The only units that I think are dead weight are Fiona, Volug, and Ileana, and even then, like... I guess you could kind of fit Heather into this bucket, but I had an intention for bringing her along in this group in mind, and depending on how my inventory is looking, I might not even need to use her. So, Ike, why don't you do the honors for me? Oh, okay, we're good. So, honestly, I just need to double check something really quickly, but, this is a map where, this is actually the first map, I think since the end of Part 1, where actually, like, the ability to open doors or open or close, like, locked chests and stuff like that actually matters. The latter isn't really a problem because, well, as Rice here can demonstrate for us, you don't need the restore step. I'll bring it anyway. I'm gonna drop the L-Light tone for the time being. We still have this unlock staff, and it's gonna get a lot of pretty good use on this map, I think. Other thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and give Soren a heal staff. Since he can actually use them now, we might as well, take advantage of that opportunity wherever it arises. Heal doesn't offer a ton of, it doesn't offer a ton of HP recovery at first, but then you couple in the fact that the boy has a base magic stat right now of 31, and yeah, it's pretty good. Only 1-2 rage compared to stuff like, Rice's just insane range with the physics staff, but who really cares? I'm also going to be taking the sleep staff out. This is mostly just a precautionary item, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I think... Well, I'll wait on that in a minute. Because what I need him to bring along might vary a little bit, depending on what I end up doing here. Rice is going to be our main healer for this mission. Because I don't know if I can bring absolutely everybody. I couldn't bring Rice last time just because that map required me to split up and split my forces up, and I needed people that were as mobile as possible. But this upcoming map is less of the case. A lot of like my A team, so to speak, is gonna have to get ready to go, and I don't really want to spend a lot of time prepping for things. I am gonna need this hammer. I don't want to use all of the... I don't want to expend this thing completely, because I don't think I get another one, and I really need it for later. That being said, yeah, we're good on lances. We're gonna need more axes. We're gonna need a lot more axes, actually, but... Let me just glance over. Ike, you're fine. Mist is potentially fine. I don't even know if Mist is sadly gonna get deployed, but we'll see. Soren is... That Tornado Tome is gonna... Part of me wants to just start busting out, like, the really good... I might honestly try to buy some better equipment for people, because Like I said, that Fire Tome I can get a lot of use out of, but at this stage of the game, yeah, with some of his weapon ranks looking the way they are, I want to be able to use Rexcalibur by the end of the game, and I'm not going to get it by using some of the more basic options available. That said, this is pretty good. I did buy this Blizzard Tome for a reason, so we might as well have him pick that up, and then... I don't know if I want Thunder Magic here, or... I've got so many of these is the thing. Might as well. It's a decent enough tome, and it's mainly in case I have to go up against somebody that's using Fire Magic to get Weapon Triangle, but... Anyway, Shannon is more than fine, if I'm being honest. The one thing that I might need out of him is... I'm gonna dump the long... Nah, I'm not gonna dump the longbow. I'm gonna dump the I'm gonna dump the iron bow for the time being. Have an extra silencer, which I think I'm gonna bring along. In fact, why not just break out all the big guns? Because Shannon is the only person that can really use them. This entire inventory section of my inventory might as well be exclusively his property. It's neither here nor there at the moment. That silencer is probably going to break, so I'm going to want another one regardless. Gatry really needs more lances. Oscar could definitely use one or two. Do I have extra steel great lances? Not really. I debate whether or not Oscar and Titania are going to see much use on this map. They probably still will, just because they're very reliable, but... this is an indoors map, so mounted units take a movement penalty. It's still not as bad as if we brought them to Micaiah's map. We can't bring Titania to Micaiah's map, but you get the idea. It's still, like, it's still not that good for us, but I think if I give Gatry a Steel Lance, and then, unfortunately, I can't give him the Forged Iron Lance, because Danvid was still holding onto it. And I really should have dumped all of Danvid's equipment in the convoy, now that I think about it. Do I want to give you this? I might as well, I guess? What's your, yeah, it's only D. So... He's got Gatry has a surprisingly good command of axes, which is something to keep in mind, but... Yeah, you're almost at SS rank in lances, so I want you to focus on that. I should really kind of focus on getting the lead out with a bunch of people. As for Mia, could probably use a... I've still got a Killing Edge, right? Oh, yeah. You're gonna get some good mileage out of that, but... And it's kind of the best thing we've got at the moment, so you might as well. Neff's another... I think I am going to go ahead and... I need steel great lances, and I need steel axes, or just axes in general, because I didn't recognize we were out so fast. Granted, a couple of them, like, Nolan's holding quite a few items hostage, and so is Kiran, so that might be why. And I think I'm going to take this off of Volog for the time being. Now, as for the shop itself, I'm gonna check supports real quick, because I'm curious about something. Wait, what am I thinking? We didn't even deploy Rice on the last map. There's no way that that would have gone through. Yeah, so we don't need to do anything there. Let's check this out. So, there's only one base convo, and it's only because Volog is in this group. If Volog was in Tabarn or Micaiah's group, we wouldn't even see this. Let's just check it out temporarily. Or right now. Hello. What can I do for you? Hey, that's an elixir. Yes, I like them too. Right, I can't read that. I know that this is translatable, but I genuinely, like, didn't look this up ahead of time. Sorry, I don't mean to leave you out of the conversation. No, that's fine. I would have been confused either way. I didn't know that you could speak the ancient language. It's Atari's common language. I would never have known about the Tellius language if I hadn't met Raphael. The Tellius language? You don't know? The language that we are using right now is called the Tellius language. You call it modern speech, I suppose. Oh, I see. Long ago, Bjork created the Old Tongue. The ancient speech is what we Laguz call it. The language was too difficult for the Laguz to master, so the language of Tellius was created in its place. Huh, I've never heard that before. The only people I'm aware of who know the ancient speech are the Heron Laguz. I think Nasir of Goldoa said he could read it. Among Bjork, only mages know how to use it, and that's only for spells. Well, the Laguz who live on time, such as dragons and herons, have all the time in the world to learn it. Bjork probably left the ancient speech behind in favor of the newer and improved language, with the exception of spells. That makes sense, I suppose. Mordecai once told me that speech lets you avoid fighting when it's not a good idea. He said that's why it's a good idea to know so many languages. Did he now? Volo, did you hear that? You can learn the language of Tellius with Mordecai. I will try. He understands what you're saying for the most part. It's the speaking that's the hard part for him. You don't need to feel obligated. I mean, it isn't like I can understand ancient speech. Here. Take. Oh, I understand. Thanks. I think I understood that. You were happy that I understood what you just said. Good. As long as you have the desire to learn, words will soon follow. I see. I'll try to learn a little ancient speech from now on, too. Volok, you be my teacher, and I'll be your teacher. Well, right now, I guess ain't nobody got time for that. A free elixir's always handy, and that... I like that conversation, although I forgot what a giant lore dump it is, so... I do need to I am genuinely gonna need to shop this time, because... Not only am I in desperate need of some supplies, but... We have a lot of extra gold and resources available to us. Mostly because of the desert map. If I can scroll all the way down to it. I'm gonna keep these arm scrolls for the time being. I don't know if I'm gonna need another one, but we have 3, counting the one that I think is in somebody's inventory into Barnes Group. I think it's Lucia, but I could be wrong. So, the white gem is worth 10,000. That alone is pretty good. The Daemon card is 2,500. I will probably end up selling it because, yeah, it's a cool item, but none of these are really more than gimmicky. I meant to show off the Spectre card a while ago, and I never did. I could sell the Mercy Scroll because, yeah, it's Alincia only, and I'm probably never going to use it because of that. The Laguz gem is where the real money mother load is. 37,500 gold. That is more than you can get from any single base convo or instance of getting money from an NPC in the entire game. It's beautiful. And it's the real reason why I wanted to be so careful about routing the last map carefully. Yes, you can give this to a Laguz to effectively give them form shift for 5 maps, or you could just use a Laguz like Nyla that already has form shift. Suffice to say, I'm going to sell this thing. Just not right now. I think I can get by with just selling the white gem for the time being, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I might as well sell my... I'm never gonna need 2 Reaper cards. I might as well sell the Reaper card, too. I'm hesitant to sell the Daemon card just because, like I said, there could be a use case for it down the road. There probably won't be, but who knows, and... No, I hesitate. The RPG nerd in me is stopping me from selling junk like that I don't need, even though, I don't know, like, the LTC runs do it all the time, and I just can't get behind it. That being said, this is where I could... This is where I like some of the newer games. Like, I know Awakening does this really well. When you go into a shop, you can see what your character's inventories are without leaving the shop screen, but... Yeah, the steel poleaxes, we're gonna need, I think, 3 of the... Let's buy 2. And then we're gonna stick them in the convoy for the time being. I'm also gonna... The only one that really gets any use out of an iron poleaxe is old Brolin, and he's largely done. It's done for, like, I think the game, possibly. We're gonna buy 3 of these, though, because you can never have enough of these. I can use them, too, which is very funny. I'll buy a spare hand axe. I don't think I need it. And that is almost all the money that I earned. Well, that's a decent chunk of it spent on buying axes. I'm not going to need new bows, even though, like I said, the fact that the shop sells killer weapons now, including the card, weirdly enough, it's pretty good. I'm tempted to buy, like, an Arc Thunder Tome so that Soren can use it, but if I'm being perfectly honest, like, Peleus can use Thunder Magic too, and I kind of want to buy one for him more. There's still good use cases for Arc Thunder, even though... Actually, Soren's B rank, so we can't even use this. Never mind. Arc Wind might be better. In fact, I think it almost certainly is. I think I could get by with the tomes that I've got, if I'm being honest. Especially since, yeah, looking at this, that's 3 extra might, and it costs that much. Like, silver blades, and I guess... Silver sword's not much better. I could forge a steel sword and get more value out of it than any silver weapon, and as I've demonstrated countless times with various things based off of fruits or vegetables. And where are you, boy? There you are. Your inventory's fine. It was... I think it was Titania's that I was... No? Gatry's what I was a little worried about, but... Oh, no, it was Nephany. Yeah, because I needed steel great lances. I needed just axes for the remainder of the game, but... Yeah, here we go. Let's buy 3. And do I want to spare Killer Lance? The killer weapons are always good, but... I haven't really needed them is the thing. And Killer Lances are the most expensive by far, so... Yeah, I think I'm gonna do without it for the time being. I'm a little... What's in the bargain shop, anyway? Chest keys, because, yeah, you're gonna need them on this map, potentially, and then more brass. Ugh, not much. The fact that Amy sells door keys is also kind of funny, because I was worried that we weren't gonna have enough. I think I'm gonna give one to Ike, and I'm gonna give the other one to probably either Mia or Boyd, I think. I don't know exactly who I'm bringing into this map, but believe it or not, like I said, our ability to complete this map is entirely reliant on our ability to open doors, which is very silly when you think about it, and I'm actually gonna sell that, and then give you both of these. We can... Actually, no, you've got a full one. Might as well expend the last. Gatry was basically born to wield steel great lances, and he's gonna get a ton of mileage out of them, so we might as well let him have one. And then Oscar can take another. Bryce, you've got that unlock step, right? Yes, you do. We'll keep that on you for the time being. Okay. Like I said, I could give one of the door keys to Mia, because, like I said, I actually need them, but actually giving Nyla one might be a good idea, because I'm half tempted to give her both, because of, yeah, just having her running around and opening doors is going to give me a fair amount of breathing room to move everybody else into good spots, which positioning is kind of everything on this map when you get down to it. And I think I will... We'll bring the sleep staff with us, and I'm gonna use the remainder of my resources to buy... I'm gonna buy an extra heal... no. Yeah, two of these. And then a men's staff as well, because these are just good to have. I think I'm gonna have enough restore staves basically for life, so it's a matter of getting everybody else prepped and ready. Mainly in the Hawk Army, not here. We're good here. Ike, do you still have that elixir? Actually, where did it go? Did I put it away already? I think I did. I think everybody's kinda good to go. Yeah, like I said, this map is long, so I want to make sure everybody has at least one full... Do we have any better... I'll buy a concoction for you. I want to make sure that our units have at least one full or close to full healing item in case we get into a jam. But for everybody else, I think we'll be fine. Or weapon-wise, I mean, we'll be fine. 8 there, 6 there, that's okay. Although, maybe I should... No, you have Soul. I can maybe rely on that. I'll give Raphael the spare concoction just in case anybody needs it. That should do. Now for skills, I don't think I've gotten anything... No, not bonus XP. Well, I'll worry about that in a second. Yeah, your inventory setup is pretty much good for life. The only skill that's different here is Dragon Foe, which we'll see no use on this map. It's a good skill, especially for later, but for now, it's just kind of whatever. Soren's fine. And Mia, you've got that disgusting bandage item ammo, you certainly do. Now, did I even... Yeah, I knew I was missing something. Give you one of these, and give you one of these. Should have you good to go. Paragon... I'm deciding on Paragon here, and there is one case for it that isn't apparent right now that's really funny. But pretty much anybody in this army, including Ike, would actually benefit greatly from Paragon. Because everybody in this group that I would plan on using long-term is at about the same point. Like, nobody has any capped stats, nobody is... There's some people that have a bit of a ways to go yet. Shannon in particular, because his level-ups have just been kind of awkward lately. Like, yeah, he's not doing half bad, but like... I mean, give me a break, my guy. I think he got, like, +1 stat 3 levels in a row or something. It is so stupid. I don't think Boyd needs it. Or needs, Paragon, so... The one thing I might do is drop Heather's pass skill and give it to somebody else, but I'm gonna... Or Ileana's Shade skill, I guess? Who can actually benefit from it? Because Soren has enough capacity for it. I also like giving it to Rice, but yeah, he already has it. Actually, you don't need Discipline, Soren does. I say that like it's a bad thing, but... God, it's so nice to get these two. It's so nice that I have 2 of these, because Micaiah was making great use of it before, and Soren's gonna make great use of it here, so we'll do that. And then... Provoke Celerity, yeah, Celerity, I think, is just super duper useful on this map. Especially on an Armor Knight. Does anybody have Imbue? I think it's, I think Alencia got it, so I'm not gonna see it here. Anyway, who got the MVP last map? It was probably Jill. Sure was. That's 2 in a row, but effectively. I would not be surprised if Jill, Ike, Aaron was just the rinse and repeat for all of parkour. Like I said, we had good, Jill got MVP a lot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got good variety of, different people getting the MVP belt in Part 3, and by extension also, well, kind of in Part 2, but... It's neither here nor there. We're basically done here, so we might as well get into it. Only a half hour in, we're already doing better than I normally do on these. Anyway, did I? Okay, no, I did not drop frames. I was... Sorry, I checked the stream feed on Twitch for a minute, and I was a little bit concerned that I was dropping a lot of frames, but like I said, that's not the case. Let's go. The Disciples of Order are here. They just appeared in the outer building. Alright, let's get everyone mobilized. General, come quickly. Our friends are in trouble. Rats! Hey, isn't that... It's Tormod! We haven't seen him since the Mad King's War. Yeah, and I haven't seen him since Dan got liberated. Extinguish them. Funny you should phrase it that way, you soon-to-be Cinder. What the? That should have worked better. Who are these guys? Tormod, your backup's here. Just hold your position. Much appreciated. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Wait a second. Ike? What happened to you, musclehead? It's definitely Sir Ike, but Bjork growth always amazes me. It's like looking at a different person. Between him and Silk, I'm starting to feel a little inadequate. Well, that settles it. I've still got a lot of growing to do, so I've got to survive. I can't die like this. Alright, let's help these guys out. Get ready for battle. With pleasure, although, yeah, oh no. So yeah, after being gone for 85% of the game, this trio is back, and wait, I can control them? Hang on a minute. Yep. Well, here, why don't you take this, because I need you to not die. Bingo. Yeah, so, these guys did all have their inventories refreshed, which is good, because, yeah, they definitely needed it. And all of their stuff, as you can tell, got dumped into Makai's inventory at the end, or during part 3. But, yeah, I took the Celerity skill off of Tormod. There's like I said, I had a really good reason for doing so, because Ike's group made good use of it, and, Mother of God, like, if I didn't do that, it would have been stuck in Tormod's inventory for the entire game, and Lord knows these guys don't need any skills, although Vika still has Shriek, which is, I think this is... Yeah, I think this is Bird Lagoons only, so she wouldn't have done anything. There's a reason that I did that immediately, though, besides the fact that it's kind of funny that because you can control these three immediately, you can just give them stuff in their inventory if you really want them to have it, and Torment has S-rank in Fire. That's actually kind of good. But Vika is a curious case, because she's laughably behind everybody else at this point, but her growth rates are insane to make up for it. To the point where if I do this... Getting her to level 15 is actually kind of produces some interesting results. That's every point in speed is effectively like, I think plus... Well, it would be a ton of extra avoid on top of it, but more importantly... Yeah, that's a really good level up right there. That's +2 in a lot of stats, so... Better than your average Lagoose. Why did I put her at 15? Because it increases her capacity enough, skill capacity enough, to the point where I could give her Paragon. This effectively means that anytime that she gets a kill, she will get a guaranteed level, even while transformed. Her strength rate might be in the pits, but, I mean, 20, because 20 attack is still pretty bad, and that's 27 because of her strength rate, but Lord knows I could still try to make use of it, and yeah, I'd like to show off those growth rates if at all possible. There is a shockingly big Vika hive for this game, even though she's only available for what, like 5 chapters total before endgame? Actually, I think it's 4, now that I think about it. What am I saying? Anyway, let's get back out there and pick the rest of our squad. So, these 3 are forced, which is a little bit unfortunate, because it means that, yep, that's what I was worried about. These 2 can't sit on the bench, so... Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to drop Mist here so that Mia can come along, and I need Rice for his unlocked staff, which means somebody else has to sit out. Nyla is a fantastic panic button, so she's staying in. Raphael is my Heron, so he really goes the extra mile. It kind of unfortunately has to be one of our Cavaliers, as much as I don't want to admit it. In terms of who would probably benefit the most here, yeah, and that's mainly because they take that unfortunate movement penalty from being indoors, but like I said, dropping Mist is a no-brainer. If I could bench these two, I would, or any of these guys I would, because, you know, they're taking up inventory slots, and I don't want that. Part of me wants to, like, I don't know, roll a d20 or something, or just not bring any cavalry onto this map. Because they, yeah, like I said, bringing them's not a bad idea, they just end up kind of being a liability. The other unit I'm thinking of is Void. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm a little biased here, but I think I'm going to make it Void. We'll have the two Lovebirds sit this one out. I didn't plan on using Void in endgame anyway, so we'll let him keep the stuff that some of the stuff that he's got right now, although I might need that Killer Axe, so at least give me that. As for redistributing some of the wealth here, let me reposition people first. So, this map is... one of the reasons I was a bit, iffy about bringing cavalry is that this map features a lot of things that, well, Radiant Dive featured a fair number of maps where you had to climb up ledges. But this is a map that is, first off, indoors, which is extremely rare already, because almost all of our maps have been outside. And no, the cave doesn't count, before you ask. But, yeah, there's a surprising amount of armor here, to the point where I still probably want to give either Titania or Atri the hammer that I had in Void's inventory. Just because being able to, like I said, crunch through armor without relying on Soren too much is going to be invaluable. Soren or Rice, by extension, who I should really... You know what? I've got a lot of these, and these Master Crowns don't use themselves. Normally I would try to... You know what, come to think of it. That's what I was thinking about using bonus XP for, is this. Let's see how much we get with one, and then if we get a lot out of this, we can push the envelope a little bit further. All those capped stats, he might get some defense out of this, and he did. I could try again. I don't see why not. I've got enough of this stuff. More speed is surprisingly good. And I think he capped HP as well, so... I could use that Master Crown at any point, and... I would like to get an extra point of defense, so let's see if I can get it. Like I said, defense on Rice isn't like the... Okay, he didn't get it, but that's okay. Either way, like, defensive stats on a Cleric are less like a suit of armor and more like a helmet. I want him to avoid getting doubled and horribly murdered by stuff, and yeah, I think that where he's at right now, doing this a couple levels early isn't really going to slow him down. We did it for Mist after all, why not do it here? It's very priestly. Saint. Simply put, awesome. Laura would get slightly better promotion bonuses if we got her this far, but let's be real, Bryce had like a 50 level head start, it feels like. Plus he had those transfer bonuses coming in for Path of Radiance. It's actually extremely easy to get him to max level just because of how much XP some of the late game stabs give. But, this is your gift step, right? There you go. So, Saints are a bit of an they're kind of an interesting unit. Enlightened Clergy granted power over mighty light magic and staves. They employ the skill Corona. Nothing to do with the beer. This is more of the light effect, I guess. Can nullify an opponent's resistance and have their hit rate for 1 turn. This is pretty nasty if it gets used against you. If you use it on an opponent, I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, because light magic is, even the high-level stuff is usually good enough to kill anyway. Speaking of high-level light magic, oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I thought you would be able to use these, buddy. What gives? What is your... That explains a lot. Take a fresh one. We've got enough of these, and I want to make sure that you can fight when the situation calls for it. Or, you know, use that unlock staff, which is probably what I'm going to be using on him more than anything else. And then... I don't think I need your heal staff missed, so you can keep that, but... Yeah, as for everybody else, I think we're ready to rock and roll, so let me go ahead and just go back out of the base here. Now that we're all looking ship-shaped and stuff like that, we can actually get started. So, yes, giving Vika Paragon is incredibly dumb, as I've reiterated, but, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. That's where I'm coming from on this. So, I need Gatreon as far forward of a position as possible. The same thing goes for my cavalry. I don't want anybody getting too bogged down here, at least at the start. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to send Ike plus our cavalry and, like, maybe Rice. Actually, I'm probably going to send Rice wherever it's safest to send him. Send him over this way, and then we're going to try to secure this corner. In fact, now that I think about it, yeah, Soren is effectively functioning as a backup healer, so maybe I should do something like that, and then we'll send Rice up north here. So we're going to have to split our forces up right at the start. Mainly because securing this corner is going to be pretty important. This is, coincidentally, in my opinion, the safest spot on the map, because there's only one set of reinforcements that drop here, and it's only at the very beginning, or close to the very beginning, if you want to get technical. There is some nasty stuff here, like all these mages could really do a number on Ike, but we can bring Soren over here and he can kind of help us sort them out. Same thing goes for a lot of some of the nastier units that are at the back here, although, yeah, we're getting at the point where these guys are proficient enough where we have to be pretty careful, even with this army that is pretty overtuned, at least for this stage in the game. Now, the rest of our forces are actually going to secure the area up by where this house is, this door is right here. I forgot that you could bust these down, but it's probably easier to open them. Because we're playing a Fire Emblem game, there are also only 3, so yeah, maybe I didn't need door keys after all. Because we're playing a Fire Emblem game, all of these rooms are effectively trap rooms, or comedy rooms, depending on your persuasion, or how much you like seeing people suffer while they play these games. I know that there's enemies inside every single one of these. I forget which ones are which. Or what they have in them. For all I know, like, Path of Radiance love doing this, which is why I took to calling them comedy rooms after a while, because you would open a door with a fairly weak unit, and suddenly there would be, like, 3 guys with killer weapons in there. The old game loved to do that, and I don't know if this one is going to be any different. There is a... Ooh, you dropped this? How nice of you. I didn't think you would do that. Pretty proficient force here. We get over to the boss, and... Son of a bitch. Why are you here? To quote RoboCop, we killed the movie RoboCop. We killed you. I don't even know. More importantly, he's a saint too. Most of the bosses have been like high-level bishops. This guy's on a whole nother level. Well, in terms of class, I don't know about stats per se, because he's actually pretty good, I think, stat-wise, but yeah, that might take some doing to take care of him, but at any rate, also, oh yeah, Hetzel's here. Similar to the You don't even have a... Interesting. Just as a heal staff, but, kind of the unique thing about Hetzel is that he is sort of a complete pacifist. He's also a saint as well, I guess, which is cool. I don't know what else to say about it. His stats are slightly better than Oliver, but he's in a similar position to where Lacane was back in the last map. We don't actually get to fight him here. In fact, I think he leaves almost immediately if memory serves. You have a spare... Yeah, you having a spare unlock staff is kind of funny because this guy doesn't drop this thing, so if we wanted to have it, we would have had to steal it, which is unfortunate. You are the biggest concern because of that sleep staff. Oliver also has a silent staff, and given that it has a range of 15 tiles, I fully expect him to use it against us. Same thing goes for the sleep staff, which is slightly less of an issue because the range is only, what, 12? Seems about right. Just doing a glance over, this is potentially problematic. Yeah, some of these bow users are not gonna be a little bit annoying. Like, this guy with a longbow just has a range the size of Rhode Island, but either way. We'll just have to counter some of these more accurate units with units like Shannon, who can just hit a bullseye from a zip code away. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm done rambling, let's get into it. The big challenge on this map really comes from the reinforcements. Some of the initial units are very annoying because, especially those, like Oliver and that other Bishop up there, because their status staffs can reach deceptively far. This map is very congested, but honestly, I'm down for a good old cage match right about now. So let's get into it. Of course we have to deal with the friggin' Hymn of the Righteous tune. Ike, you want to start us off? I mean, it's you or Gaytree at this point that can really lead us off here, and this boy can move, my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna have to send a small detachment over here. What I can do is, once this area is secure and we deal with the reinforcements, I can rotate these guys around and we can kind of meet up in the center area. Of course, we don't want to camp out at our starting location too much, because the game, as per the usual with Part 4, has an annoying habit of dropping enemies at our starting location. There's also a particular wave of reinforcements that is rather nasty, but I don't want to... Do I have the animations turned on? I do. We'll go ahead and do this. Yep, that is, Who cares about your... It's Ike sure doesn't. It's nice to be back on this map, I guess, although I'm a little... Like I said, I don't know what Oliver's doing here. Now, we can poke you with... This is where things get a little bit trickier, because, yeah, Oscar doesn't have the easiest time here. I can use Titania, who does not have... Do you have the... You do have packs. No wonder you can do this. That being said, that's very, this is very risky, but sure, I'll go ahead and take care of it. Keeping the ace support between my two, knights in range, Silver and Gold Knight is okay at least. That means we can go ahead and do this and scoop up the... Need to use the Great Lance, but we can scoop up the kill that way. Bit annoying because it's not the guaranteed hit that the Steel Lance would be, but that's what happens when you're one off. Extra avoids really coming in handy there, though. We'll go ahead and do this, because having Titania frontline here I don't think is the worst thing in the world. Now, as for these clowns, Vika is obviously the most vulnerable here, because, yeah, even with her higher dodge chance, if that crits, she dies in... Or she just gets absolutely own-zoned, but... Yeah, I'm going to probably bring Ike up here on the next turn, so... these guys kind of just need to get out of dodge, which is annoying because I need to make sure that this guy dies, and probably this sniper as well. Morim is... his attack power is high enough to the point where he's actually kind of good against some of these guys. So he's probably the least vulnerable out of the entire group. As you can see here, he still does 26 damage to this sniper. That's not bad at all, I'd say. But if they're going to move into this pocket right here, I probably want to get the lead out and make sure that everybody else is going to be safe. Gonna need Gatry and Neff to probably body block in this zone. Actually, Mia, what's your range? Okay, so we're gonna have Gatry move over here, I suppose. Yeah, because those are units that Mia can deal with pretty easily. And yeah, I just feel like we're just shy of being able to double a lot of these clowns. They can't hit us for beans, though, which is good stuff, I suppose. I can't get you where I want you to go, but... I can at least get Mia up here. That way we're not wasting her turn by having her camp out at the bottom. And if you hit, Rice can back up. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna... We're gonna go ahead and risk the 50-50. Nice dodge. Me as a unit I have very high hopes for, but I'll see if those play out or not. They've been doing... I think I've been doing alright, so... She's been doing alright so far. It's really a matter of keeping up. Love Neff just kind of completely wall here. The issue is that I'm kind of dependent on this dysfunctional as all hell trio to take care of this group, or take care of this, this sniper. Tormod, you could get all up in this guy's business, right? Right, okay. Then I can send Ike up to deal with that halberdier, which might be the best way of taking care of it. The other thing I can do is, have Nyla shove Shannon over, because she's not really needed on the first turn. Because then having Raphael dance means that both of Ike and Shannon will get some benefit out of it. In fact, if I move Soren over here, I can get 3, which I think I'm gonna do. What is your Blizzard? Ooh, that's pretty good, actually. Although that's even better, although maybe I don't want you doubling these guys. Granted, if he doubles off of that Blizzard, that's a guaranteed dead general, which is, you know, it's a pretty good use of that, I would say. Let's keep you with Tornado where it makes sense. I think I can shift and shove on this turn. Yeah, there we go. I guess it feels okay to have these guys back. Kind of. It's really tough to say. At least Morin can hold his own in a fight still. Tigers have a tendency to do that. Now with your equipment, yeah, don't expect too much out of the old Torgon here, especially with Biorhythm at its lowest point. To start. I mean, jeez. At least he hit it. So that way, yes, we can combine to get this kill over to Vika, which produces some very fun results, as you might expect. Just like I said. Okay, make a liar out of me, why don't you? Still, Paragon definitely helps there. Gonna go right here, because you have a short spear, but if I kill that guy, then I don't think anybody can get in range. Nobody even got hit here, so we're just gonna make sure that everybody can kind of stay together in one group or another. Now, what I can do to be cheeky here is, yes, this is attacking uphill, but if I use a crossbow, I have to hit both shots here, which is not the easiest thing in the world, but actually, would it... Okay, the Brave Bow might make more sense here. I think I'm going to do that, but yeah, you can kind of tell marksmen are just stupid like this and can... I mean, I could go one tile back and not even deal with this, but it's probably better if I do that, if I'm being honest. Because yes, Shinon will get hit a bunch, but... No, actually, that's bad. Let's try with the Akar, just because that ensures that Shinon can counter on his turn. If need be. Okay, good job. Who gives a crap about these tactics? I sure don't. We're gonna have you move up, and then do that, I guess. Oliver, Duke of Tanas, have a care. The last time you faced these enemies, you were defeated, humiliated, and your Heron slave trade was exposed. By the good graces of your fellow senators, you were saved from death and hidden away here. Behind the backs of the Apostle and the Prime Minister, we have kept you safe. Do not fail us. I understand, Senator Hetzel. Rest assured, the savages who dare set foot in my home a second time will be eradicated for the glory of our goddess. Ugly creatures deserve nothing but an ugly death. You will not regret the lovely mercy you've shown me. Will he now? Anyway. Oop, that could be trouble. Or maybe not, actually. Yeah, okay. It's... No damage. I should know better than to be worried about crossbows. You're attacking Nev, huh? Extra damage, you're more likely to hit. Ooh, I love that. Is that the first Impale I've gotten? Because I don't think Aaron procced any the last time that we used him. Fun skill. It's another fantastic way of saying screw you. That is potentially another kill setup for Vika, but I don't know. Vika is fast enough to the point where that's not even enough. Nice, 0%. These guys are just... I don't know why they're... I'm guessing they... Right, that guy stood in front of Shinon to attack, so... These guys all have to go for Ike, which is very funny. And Ike, I think, just kills all of them. Icing on the cake, too, with that free ether hit. You know, Ike's kind of been slacking off. Just a thought. Kind of feels like everybody in this group has been slacking off. Everyone did so well in Part 3, and now they don't want to level up properly anymore. No reinforcements quite yet, but that could change any minute. So normally I would get in this guy's face with Soren and start attacking, but actually that's still not a terrible idea. Yeah, the A support's definitely helping because of all the avoid, but with these guys heading towards a goon squad over here, I kind of want to make sure that we can keep everybody backed up, and I don't like that 2% crit. You know, we just started, what the hell. I'm not gonna do this a ton, but, like, it's still funny that we could get this much combat EXP out of this map. I mean, we're at the point now where, yeah, Vika's effectively getting a level per... And, of course, we get a bad level out of that. I'm tempted to reset, just because these initial few have not been good. We're gonna move you down here. Okay, if Gatry gets a bad level up here, I'm resetting, because this is just dumb. Yeah, this is dumb. I don't normally like doing this, but come on, people. Actually, what I could do to kind of resolve and provoke, actually, I haven't been using a ton of... By the way, hi. He just has Aether. There's no, Nihil. Like, the Resolve is stupid broken in this game, but, like, he doesn't really get a lot of benefit out of it. Like, the Resolve Wrath combo was like one of the best combos in that game for a reason, but yeah, you can see here he just has Nihil. Doesn't really need anything else, if I'm being honest. Basically ever. In fact, I think Tyrannia still has it. I never moved it. Let's go ahead and just go. I am going to swap to map only here for a bit because I just need to speed up and get back to where we were. Gonna largely repeat the same stuff I did last time. Oh, wow, that's... Yep. Yeah, I know what you mean. That already happened. I ended up getting a fair amount out of Peleus on that map. He didn't promote, but he got pretty darn close regardless. It's to the point where I can kind of use bonus XP in a Master Crown to shove him over the line. Actually, it might be better, because he capped a lot of his stats, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The one with the provoke skill is actually Gatry, if you can... Well, I guess you can believe that. I buy into that thing, and... I guess I'll get my remaining mileage out of this loadout. And yeah, we sure did. Getting 2 crits back-to-back would be the best send-off I could possibly get out of that weapon, so that'd be funny. I mean, I could, but we know how RNG this is within Fire Emblem. It's like... That is the case, of course. To be vexing too hard here, but... Question is what like I said, I think I'm gonna use my goon squad over here just to gnaw this guy's face off, because they're not doing anything else. This might not hit, which would be funny if it didn't, but we have an need for that. Okay, it did. And yeah, normally I don't like being called a liar here, but apparently the game sees it fit to do that. Case in point. And this will help Nephany get into a position where, you know, we can actually have her contribute over on this side, because I forgot that some of the enemies that were chasing this squad move. One thing I appreciate about the bonus XP system is it really stops units from being completely screwed over by RNG. that's part of Fire Emblem, is that you gotta dump units sometimes that just turn out awful, but thankfully this game hasn't been the case so far. This crew in particular has just been awesome, but it's beside the point. Hit me with the double. That's one way of doing it. I do not know who that is. Although, now that you mention it, I guess the name sounds a little bit familiar. I don't know. I know the hit rate on that crossbow. I don't mind if he gets hit. Another Twitch streamer? Okay. Yes, we've been through this before. Although I will say Oliver's lines because my voice for him is funny. Or I think it is. I understand, Senator Hetzel. Rest assured, the savages who dare set foot in my home a second time will be eradicated. Ugly creatures deserve nothing but an ugly death. You will not regret blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna keep talking while you warp away while I'm talking. I would like to imagine that Hetzel does that. Normally this would be a mistake, but oh, that was a mistake because you still had it. I forgot stabs work that way. And now Shanon's getting hit. And might be in trouble. Don't crit again, please. I'm gonna look like an idiot. Well, I'm definitely gonna look like an idiot in about 3 seconds. Watch, he's gonna get a really good level up here to spite me. What did I tell you? Now he's gonna die immediately, and I'm gonna feel awful. Okay, maybe not. He brought an unpromoted Peleus to the tower, and he died to a Red Dragon thinking resisted. That was an Iron Man too? Oh no. You hate to see it. Speaking of hating to see things. Goodbye. Oh! Nope, okay. Never punished. Calculated, definitely. Definitely calculated, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that again. No resetting. If we reset, we're banned for life. Or something. Oh, you can't... well, one-off lethal goes both ways, I suppose. It's funny that that happened twice in a row, but anyway. We're gonna go ahead and go back to that. I don't like having... If I'm being perfectly honest, I do want to see Luna a couple of times. You triggered it while I wasn't looking at you. Ugh. Anyway. I can have Nephany go there, or I can do... yeah. I've never done an Iron Man run. I think if I did any Fire Emblem game as an Iron Man, it might be like Hector mode in Fire Emblem 7 or something. That seems like it would be the most fun, just because of, like, the varied map objectives and stuff like that. Why don't you take revenge on these clowns? Shannon. You know, if you're eager. Or you can just do that, that works too. There's a lot of things I can do over there. In fact, what I can actually be really safe with is... that doesn't do as much as I thought it would. But honestly, that might be okay. Who did I give the hammer to? I think nobody, because I'm smart. Anyway. This is where the old tour guide can help out a little bit. And by help out a little bit, I mean almost guaranteed miss. But he's not doing anything else right now. I'll have to note that for later that... I'll have to note that for later that Peleus can absolutely get own-zoned by dragons at later points in the game, though. Alright, Ike, do me justice here. Probably could have kept Ike where he is and just attacked the range. That would have given me a spot to put Raphael where Soren is, but that's fine. We can do without it. And the other downside is a lot of those units didn't suicide onto Ike, which we'll live without. In fact, I know guaranteed that I can live without it, because I just thought of a setup that might be even better. I guess this is just how my luck is gonna go today, huh? We can only get the best level ups when we're in absolute mortal peril. And this will kill, right? Yeah. Neff, I want to say it's all yours, but maybe Rice will get it? Who knows? Yeah, I think maybe bringing Neff over here and just having her camp out for enemy phase, that might be the best way of handling this. Because the other option is I just bring Nyla up here or use Nyla to block on this side. Because, yeah, this heals for way more. Using Sword to heal isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but it is something that we can do. Especially in a pinch like this. And I also mucked up on my positioning there, now that I think about it. Because, yeah, I can only dance for 2 people here. We'll live, though. I can keep Titania's support partner in range, at least, and then Ike will take care of the rest. Well, yeah, we'll take what we can out of the engagements like this. You can move back here, very nice. I can pick that up, and that's one less problem that we have to deal with. Still, I never really thought about putting Resolve onto Ike. The problem is, since Aether's locked into his skill set, it might be harder to proc it, which would be a little bit annoying. Although I guess I see the logic of him, like, getting it and then healing back up to full immediately. That would be funny, honestly. And I guess we're kill stealing. Fine by me. Because we could just kind of float over here for a minute. And then Rice can move up as well. Keep my healers in positions where fights are going to be. What's your... Okay, so... Yeah, this is one of the things I really like about this, is that Bryce's hit rate on this is really good. If I keep him in this area, he'll also be around for what I need him to be around for. Right, I forgot there were mages here. Did I turn animations off? Oh, no, that... I don't know why that one counted as ranged. I guess it was because it was around a corner. These also aren't the worst that I've had to deal with. It's in part because of that avoid from Oscar's bonus. Even with a crit, that wasn't he was going to live through that. Neff? Okay. I guess I'll take 19 before... Yeah, that's why. That's better. I'll take that any day of the week. Ooh, that's... Okay, that didn't happen. The worst did not happen there. That could have been bad. Oh, that could have been really bad. I need to be careful with these guys! Why do you do 20? Calculated again? Jeez. Need to check all my corners. My god. You know, I'm not even fazed by the 19, because the one that counted, that could have been a reset missed. Adversity builds character. What is even happening right now? Alright, thanks for the freebie, I guess, that Nephany was acting with intention. I need to get Ike back over there ASAP. It's like that, I guess. Yeah, because this... We're gonna have to back up into the corner here. This trio's not gonna make it. And since we know you don't move, yeah, I think I can just kind of bash away at you with the old Tor God here. Heart Fire is interesting, because, yeah... I think I see the path forward here. And you can go through the railing, which is just awesome. This guy who hit with 19 frickin' percent. Neff's another candidate for Resolve, now that I think about it, just because the HP trigger range is so tiny. Or it's not tiny, what am I saying? It's pretty big, honestly. And then we'll just kind of complete our wall off right here. Give Gatry another kill on the way out. I cannot afford to play around, especially since I've kind of just had 2 near misses within the span of 2 turns. much to heal? Perfect. This is why we bring you, buddy. And what is your... Okay, you don't double, and actually that's pretty good. At the same time, I maybe just want to stay put for the time being, deal with this oncoming wave, and then we'll kind of rotate back here later. Because right now I just need people to stick together. And yeah. Okay, keep those tiles unoccupied as well. And nobody's at the bottom, right? Well, other than the people that are. Okay, the Thunder guy stepped up, which is a terrible mistake for him. Normally I'd heal Titania, but she can probably just do that herself. And this is why our support's in range here. Yeah, okay, we're in much better spot if we do this. Giving this kill to Ike seems like it's a bit pointless, but I don't know. Doesn't mean he won't impress me. And what I think I can do is probably something like... use Oscar and Titania to kill this guy, have Raphael dance, and then he's... These tiles are... I can't get hit. Raphael can't get hit from here because of where the banister is joining in that L shape, so take advantage of the terrain to keep him safe. And yeah, we will definitely be using a staff. Or using that heal staff. Now, I think aside from this, aside from old General here, who I'm just gonna have Ike deal with, we're in pretty okay, we're in an okay spot. It's to the point where I kind of want to get Shannon up here to rejoin everybody else. Because I think we can sneak these guys around, my two knights here around, without incurring the wrath of all these guys up top, although... That range is shockingly pretty big, but that's assuming this guy moves. If he doesn't, we're good. Another level up for Gatry here. I wonder if Jill kind of siphoned the luck away from everybody else. Nah, I mean, I'll take that. Having that much resistance on a general is actually kind of funny, but... 24 is not the most insane amount that you can have in one particular stat in this game. Still need to get the double hit after all that. Uh-oh. I don't like that crit chance. Thankfully, the procs are going my way right now. Okay, I think this is just a dead, Yep, that guy's just guaranteed dead. There's the level up that I was missing that I got last time. I mean, geez, I know giving Ike bonus XP is sacrilege, but I'm starting to wonder if I should be doing that. That is probably a better use of Reese's time than healing anybody. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Guaranteed hit, not much to complain about. That could do a fair amount, but, like I said, you only take 12 damage, right? That's still a lot for you, but... The one unit I need to get out of dodge is Vika. And yeah, we're just gonna take this and leave. She's making it a point to dodge strength, I've noticed, but she's getting everything else, so I guess I can't complain too much, honestly. Alright, take your pick. Do you want to deal with the wolf or deal with everybody else? Alright, we'll heal these guys up and have them kind of run the gauntlet here. That guy's gonna... This guy might move, but... I think these two can take care of it? Yeah, they both have the same resistance, so... I'll just kind of depend on their avoid to make it happen. The other thing I could have done is have Raphael here get rescued so that he's not going to be out in no man's land next turn, which could be bad. I don't know when some of the reinforcements show up, but I at least want Soren to... I'll leave Ike in the back just to make sure that Raphael doesn't get caught out. And then I think with everybody else we'll be fine. You are going for the one unit you can't counter, which I should have expected you to do, and that does a fair amount of damage. Yeah, not used to Nyla. I think that's the first time she's ever gotten hit. Nice double. Love to see that. Figured Oscar was fast enough. There's the initial group. In fact, it's there, which means the other group that I was worried about, which comes down here, might be the next group that we're going to have to deal with. Oscar with a short spear can deal with this guy no problem. Can I clear you? I can. So that's good. Titania does have to tank here, which is a bit annoying because... Yeah, I'm gonna have to... You got a shortness, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. Short axe, slightly less HP, but I'm not going to let that bug me too much. In fact, what I could do is, if the warrior or the sword master goes first, I could use the steel axe, have it break, and then switch into the short axe. Should be pretty good. And then we'll get everybody up and over here. Of course we get the D-rank stabs, but we're not gonna... Granted, getting D-ranked stabs requires, like, nothing. So that's somewhat expected. You don't have a talk combo, do you? I know Ike has talk combos with a couple people, but... they are not here right now, man. I'll do this just so, we get Mia's support in range. I don't use this often enough, which maybe putting these two together was a mistake, but it's not like I had anything else going for me with them, so... Yeah, we got Steel Blade, I guess? Why not? Actually, Brave Sword guarantees I don't get hit, so do that. Sure. Completely unneeded. That would have been 9 hits, though. That's very silly. I'll take that. Some of Mia's most important stats, and also magic. Sweet, that's SS as well, right? Yeah, it sure is. Almost capped strength, too? Big girl. I like that. Excuse me. I'm wondering if I should... I think I'm gonna have Gatry move back towards the door at this point. I'm gonna have these two untransformed so that I can keep their gauges at a decent point. They'll be back up to max pretty quickly, even without using Olivate Grass, but... At this point, let me think here. We cleared out most of the bottom of the map, but we're far from done, just because, like I said, that initial trio that's right there is really only the beginning. We want to stay at the bottom and kind of take our... bottom of the map and kind of take our time here. At least in my experience. Being said, I am going to look at one thing up. Well, we are going to have a free turn here shortly, but... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is line people up at this, at probably the bottom of the stairs here, and we're just going to kind of let everybody trickle in. Because, yeah, ooh, yeah, I should have clocked these two. That hammer is probably the one thing that could really hurt Gatry at this point in the game, and the Killer Lance is also a bit of a bear. I mean, I can realistically deal with both of these guys. In fact, he might be the only one that can, so... What I might do is bait out the Killer Lance, and then I'll just have Gatry, or... Yeah. Yeah, okay, there's a way to handle that. I'm just not going to be doing that right now. I want to secure around the door first, because there are reinforcements up top here. So, I think there's only one group, thankfully, but I want to be prepped when they show up. And everybody else, I guess, can kind of stay put. I guess Shannon could go over here, just, you know... We'll take advantage of the support. In fact, that's actually a really good idea. I didn't know you dealt that much damage. Holy crap. The silencer's good, it's part of why. Show off. There's an extra door key, but I don't need it because Nyla's got 2. In fact, I might bring her over here as well, just so I have extra options to open up that comedy room, as I've been calling it. Keep, like I said, our goon squad together. There's not a lot of points that are safe on this map, especially early, but we just kind of have to take advantage of the downtime that we have. I did not like that I saw 6% there. And that would have been 48 damage, so that... Or no, that would have been 42. That plus this would have killed. Oh yeah, especially if he crit. And you're stuck, that's kind of what we want. So I can funnel these guys in, which is good. Otherwise we would have had a bit of an issue. And I guess Ike is my best candidate to frontline there, because, I mean, look at him. More to the point, or more interestingly, let's have a chat. Tormod, it's been a while. Holy moly, you are absolutely huge! I feel puny next to you. That's because you are puny. Magic clearly doesn't give you much muscle time. Oh, I suppose that's true. Still, it works pretty well for winning battles. Actually, Tormod... What? Did you actually get smaller? Nah, you just can't see me properly because all your blood gets pumped to your muscles, away from your brain. A little touchy, Tormod? Whatever. We have work to do. More importantly, that's not the only combo Ike's got. He doesn't know Vika, but he certainly knows Moram. Moram, we've got your back here. Are you ready for these guys? Absolutely, Sir Ike. I'm glad to have the chance to fight with you again. The pleasure's mine, Moram. You're a good man. Thank you. Alright, well, as funny as using Rescue here would be, that's not happening. Forgot how slow the Raven transformation gauge is. I will pop some grass here. That'll get me ready much sooner. And the center area is safe. I might bait this sniper forward. In fact, I don't like the way he's looking at me. I got a one-use javelin and a dream. I might as well take advantage of that. None of these other guys are in range, right? Right, it's just this guy. Now, as for this group, this is a bit of an issue. If I can kill this sniper, which I actually can by using... Yeah, that's... Well, I can get started. You have a lot of health. That is weird. That's also awkward because I can't get back now. Should have kept in mind your range, but... What I can do is bring Mia forward. Brave Sword double hit here. That's going to guarantee a kill. Especially if Astra shows up, which it really, really likes to do. And then Oscar, if you want to be awesome, well, we gotta rely on the crit here. Yeah, much to my chagrin, we have to rely on a crit here. Oh, come on. Can I not get anybody over there? I could get Nyla over there. In fact, I think I'm gonna do this just in case. Have you go right next to... Yeah, go right next to... Go right there, because I know what I can do here, and it's... Yeah, because Raphael can go up here, and then... Bryce, can you do anything from that spot? That's not the unit I needed to heal. In fact, by that logic, I could use... I can reliably put this guy to bed, and I'm thinking about doing that just because... Otherwise, there's a good chance that the sniper and the warrior together will kill somebody, and I don't want that. So why we bring it? Night-night. This gives Raphael up here in my little safe zone that I've built for myself. The other thing I can do is, we'll do that just so we have the ability to open the door. And now that I think about it, what's your blizzard looking like? Pretty good, so I've got the option there, which is also good because Nyla can't get that far. So we're gonna bet on the Killer Lance, and if not, we'll use Soren's Blizzard Dome. Because that's a silver bow, too. That's nasty. Ooh, even better. Knock his ass flat on the ground. That's the way to go. Now, Titania is not at risk, which is pretty good. I can run her away. And we are... I don't think I need to bring these guys over here quite yet, but... I guess we'll keep them where they're at, just because they're probably going to be the ones that clear out this room when it opens. Because they can't do that yet. Or they can't do that right now because they don't have a key, but... And I want to use a door keys where it makes sense, just so I can keep my weapon uses intact. But by the time this guy wakes up, we're gonna be long out of his range. I'm sad that you can't check status elements. That was always kind of fun when you could do that in the GBA games. But anyway, yeah, Nyla's in a spot to help if need be. We'll just then turn right there. Right. Bait the sniper forward, which I wanted to do. Now, this is a little bit greedy, just because there's no way I can deal with that guy without getting in his... or possibly in range of another unit. That's good level. I think that's SS for Lances on Neff, which is nice to see. And that group is... oh. We might have a problem, because if I remember right, one of you... okay, it's not this group, it's a later group. Yeah, these guys are going to be attacking us soon, but they're not the real problem. No, they are definitely not. Because, yeah, I'm just outside of your range, which... I don't... like I said earlier, I don't want to advance up to this part of the map yet. There's a lot of things that I have to deal with before we get anywhere. Most importantly, the boss. Oliver does move. I should point that out. Which makes him a particular pain in the neck to deal with, because he doesn't sit back like last time. That range is pretty big, though. We'll see what I can do here. Your gauge is back at maximum. Morm's is going to be back next turn. All good. In fact, I can kind of wail on you here, can't I? Because I don't know if... yeah, hitting the guy doesn't wake him up. That's some powerful sleep magic. Goodness. Oscar can run up here and do a drive-by, but it's probably better if I let somebody else do this and get the XP. Soren can use it. He's not even going to finish it, though, which is unfortunate, but... well, unless he procs Flare. Or his adept skill, but he didn't proc either. It's okay. Whatever it takes, my guy. Whatever it takes. And as for level-up possibilities, well, Vika is the most obvious candidate, but Sword's kind of standing in the spot where she should go, so we'll have to... I don't know. I guess this is when... if I was trying to bait the Killer Lance guy forward, I could use Ike for that. Yeah. I'm just worried that I'm going to bait this whole group of Thor down, and if I do that, then... we're gonna have these guys coming in, and then these guys immediately after, and it's just gonna be a mess. That's why I love the shove feature. Come to think of it, I'm gonna try to keep tabs on the reinforcements that come in, so... We're on turn 7. Turn 8 is... Okay, there's another group coming in from the right, and then... There's start... Yeah, so... Okay, so... I think I know what I'm afraid of here, and it's not showing up for a while. There's a bunch of units I could give this to, because, like, Oscar's just one-handed it. I think I'm gonna have Mia chop this guy down the sides, because I don't want to deal with him when he wakes up. The Sleep Staff bought me a turn, so that's what I really needed it for. I don't mind doing this right now, because it's free. Actually, since I moved up, did I just provoke that sniper from coming in? I think I might have. That's not the most... That's not the worst thing I could be dealing with, but it's up there. That is a ledge that I can climb down if he needs to, so... I think I will do this here. We'll have these guys cleared out, and then... Because I know what I want to do here, and I can't do it. Now I can. Do I want a battle save here? I don't know if I do. There's a... Let me do this right now, because there's a lot that's going to be coming at us in the next few turns, and I don't want to abuse the system, but at the same time... Yeah, we won't be going up here for the foreseeable future. If I could get rid of these snipers, actually, this point on the map would actually be pretty safe, but... It's probably better if we stick to where we are right now. These guys are gonna do what they're gonna do, which is charge. And there's the... And that sniper doesn't move, noted. That being said, I wanna... back Mia up a few times. Oh, forgot about this. Hey, Reese, wanna try out fighting as a team? Don't worry, I'll slow down a bit so you can keep up. If I can be of any help to you, I'd love to stick close. You certainly can, now get in line. Or back up one space. Do I want to shift right now? What? Might as well. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Great Lance and Poleaxe? Okay, this is not one of the more problematic groups. I actually need Rice to get over here so that he can use his unlock staff, but I don't need to do that immediately. If I charge in, can I deal with both of these guys? It definitely feels like I can. I can at least deal with the one of them. In fact, if I do that and that hits... Brave Bow it? Yeah, let's do that, because... Get some use out of this thing, at the very least. Machine gun him down. Again, I'll take it. It's a decent enough level. More to the point with how sluggish this is going. Oh, wow. They really didn't want you to fail this. Send the... I guess the iron longbow? The silencer's about to break, and when it does, I don't want to... They really did not want you to miss out on this loot, huh? Keep Tormod over here in case I can use him for something. Because, yeah, like I said, his stats are just far too low to do anything else, really. And then I will get attacked by 2 people, which is maybe more than Mia could realistically deal with. I can maybe block it up with Ike, but I just saved, so, like, it's not that big of a deal. You're not the problem, it's everybody else. It's this guy in particular. Yeah, well, we're in a good defensive position to handle that anyway, so let's just go ahead and take care of it. And I think I'm just gonna end... I want to get Raphael over into the middle. We'll do this as well, just in case I need it. Might as well. Just seems to be the recurring theme here. That is not the tile I expected you to attack me from. That's a very high... Shit! Is that enough to... Fuck me. I knew that was going to show up eventually. Good thing I saved. This is where I get all my... That's how you get your demons out, I guess. Alright, so Ike is tanking that side. Never mind. Jeez. Didn't know people had such... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Hang on a minute. No, wait, hang on. I didn't... I hit it was resume. I hit start. Don't tell me I have to... That would be bad if I had to reset the whole thing. No, don't show them that. That's a spoiler. Okay, good, we're good. Don't start up the other one. That would have been kind of clowny. Phew. Okay. And this is right before those guys all show up, so... Mia, you're gonna help out up here instead. I have seen the future, and it is horrible. Even with your support, you're not gonna make it, girl. And then... Okay, we're just gonna do that, because I want to get Mia up over to this point where she's probably gonna be alright against these warriors. What is... God, these guys and their crit rates. This is why immunity to crits is so good, or, you know, just being Ike. That also works. So what I could probably do is... We can drop Mia off right here, and then move up 1 tile. And yeah, Soren can move back. Perfect. What I need to do is, be mindful of that, because... Because, yeah, you guys aren't gonna get in range until next turn, so I can worry about you then, but... That's a bit premature now that I think about it, but who cares? We'll do this just to get the 4-man, because it's funny. In fact, wait. If that goes up or down cliffs, then maybe I shouldn't have moved Soren at all. Let's see if that works. Because the other thing I could do is kind of like a plan B if this guy is too big of a pain in the ass, is to just, like I said, we can have Ike deal with him, or we can have, like I said, we can have Ike deal with him, or if that fails, we can also put him to bed. There's a reason I brought that sleep staff, after all. And then we might... I'm trying to think of who needs the most help here, and... I don't think it's this group over here. Sweet, that's SS. Quarter point gets... Yeah, Gatry's got that already, okay. I think I'll make sure that that guy drops. Yeah, I could see if I could get Vika the kill, but that would mean that, Oh, and that's different, okay. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And yeah, this guy is... As much as I rag on silver weapons, in the right hands, they're just deadly. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let Ike handle the right side, and then we'll use me as kind of a... Ooh, we get Daunt here, too. That basically means that this guy's gonna miss, yeah. Truth be told, if that was just the Warrior and the Swordmaster, Mia probably would have been okay, but... God. That was... I kept worrying about those crits, and that's why, and that wasn't even a big one. I'll take that. Sweet. I expected that. That's no killer weapon, but you never know. Fine with me that he ended up dealing with that he's the best candidate for it. Easily. Especially since we have more. You thought the last turn was fun? Try it again! Only slightly more challenging. Ugh. I knew this map would be annoying, I just didn't know how annoying. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is probably have Neff, Mia, Oscar, Titania, just... We're all gonna back up 2 tiles, and then we're gonna do this again. The alternative is I could just have Nihilus sticking out like a sword thumb. That would be... I mean, that'd be funny. I don't know if... that would matter. Or I could actually... Yeah, I see the way to bait people out here. Shit, that was not what I wanted to do, now that I think about it. Mia, dear, if you want to just, you know... move up 1 tile, I think. Positioning was just ever so slightly wrong there. Gotta be more careful, I think, more than anything else. Because I want this guy to attack Morum, ideally. Because Morm's got more than enough defense to survive the hit, and he can't counter. In fact, I could do that with 2 people here. Because if all these guys are equipping ranged weapons, then he's going to go for the unit that he can probably hit the most. Now, Oscar's pretty exposed here, especially since he's got 2 warriors and a sage, but... worst comes to worst, I could probably swap him out for Nyla there. I'm gonna switch over to map only as well, because we've seen enough of this already. The alternative is that I use the sleep staff again to put a warrior to bed. That might be my best idea. That might be a good idea. This is a guaranteed hit, and by the time he recovers... Put this guy to bed, because Shannon can deal with him more easily. I don't foresee myself having a ton of use for this thing past this point, and even with 1 use left, we can repair it if need be. I'll just have to think... You know, honestly, that gets me to 14 range on physics, so I think I'm going to take that. Can you do some bullshit and wrap that shot around a corner? You certainly can. Albeit at a slight aim penalty. Pop, pop. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't mind those level ups like that, but... I don't like that at all, but... And of course, now that I committed to it, I have to... The shift, I have to... Okay, well this is a lot safer. Oh, and it's beautiful! My god, this is just being a big butt in my balls. Okay, that's what I wanted you to do. And Marm could take the hit, as I expected. You're gonna do that, which is actually very dumb. Because I basically guarantees kill. That's a guaranteed kill, yeah. Okay. Kind of depending on a void here. Good job. I didn't want to have Oscar deal with both of those guys at once. Really, all 3 of these guys at once. But yeah, that Earth support really doing a lot of work. 3 damage. Get out of here. Don't give up. Dead. Well, I'm not saying Ike doesn't need the levels, but he could level up more than 2 stats at a time, although I will not complain about... Did he cap HP? He might have, I forget. Hang on, I know how to check this. No! So his cap must be at 65 then. I thought it was at 60 for some reason. That just shows me how far behind the curve he is at this point, although I don't know if I count those stats as being behind the curve, but what do I know? We used our best and brightest here to kind of take care of things. And like I said, you're still asleep, so I don't gotta worry about you for the time being. And what I'm gonna do is... Yeah, by the time that, Vika's done looting the chests here, I think that's when... Oh, they might show up sooner than I thought. I didn't recognize we were on turn 10. Alright, we gotta wrap this up, and we gotta wrap up this charade down here and get moving. This is one of those things where everybody needs to shift to the right as fast as possible. Or to the left, not the right. Because I can have Shannon move back over here and then let's send off the silence over the bang. I'll count that as a bang. Shooting uphill with 100%, why not? Neff, if you wanna... Yeah! She was the one that crit that time, goodness. Alright, nobody move all that close to anybody. Because I forget if units show up from down here or from over on the left first. I want to say it might be both at the same time, which would be really bad. Because there's not a lot of good spots, and this guy isn't... We still have 5 turns, right? Yeah, so he's basically... We can count him as out of commission for good. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could not do that yet. Because what I think I want to do is have Ike and either Shannon and Gatry or Ike and Shannon deal with... There are reinforcements that come from right down here. I want them to be able to deal with it. Just keep Raphael's position secure. Does Tornado do it? No. Unless he procs a flare. But this gives him a chance to get some extra weapon XP, so I don't mind it. Yeah, we're nowhere close to hitting SS. That's gonna be an issue down the road. But whatever. Here, why don't you patch up that grievous injury? Neff's also pretty good here with javelins, so I think I'll use her for that. And then we'll use Shannon kind of one tile back, and then that'll help. There. Yep, there's that group. Crossbow too, so you gotta be really careful there. And your gauge is maxed out, which... Yeah, that's a... Not surprised, that's how long this map usually takes. There is the other Blizzard Tome that I was thinking about. And I want you to stand right there, because I'm gonna need you to probably run the moment that we open the other chest. Marn, get away, I guess. Only one of these guys can hit me from range, so... Honestly, if he wants to attack more, I might say he can. The one thing I don't want these guys to do, because I think this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I think he needs 2 to get up there, and even if he could, just don't stand here. We'll just keep people blocked off for the time being. And none of you guys have... Yeah, none of you have ranged weapons, so I can actually stand here safely. And if that turns out to not be the case, well, that's when I... Maybe you should have... no, that's okay. We'll do this even though it doesn't mean anything. And I believe that actually gives me Bliss, which is something. Given how crappy everybody's biorhythm is right now, maybe I should invest in that. I need everybody to be in a good spot, just to jump on what's coming here. You also doubled this guy, which is something. That might actually help, because Actually, if I use Blizzard or Meteor, that might actually secure a kill. Yeah, what the hell? Tormont's not doing anything else. Figured that's what would happen. Guess we'll just have to use Sorens instead. We just got another one, might as well put this one to use. Nice. Extra little bit of XP there. If I keep checking that screen, I'm gonna go feral, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Anyway. Oh, you guys are just gonna cluster for one. That's a good one. That is what I was worried about. Because they do that twice. This is probably the most problematic group of reinforcements, and part of the reason that I wanted to move my cavalry over to the left. Because, these guys are not the problem, if you can believe it. This is maybe an issue to keep Vega here, but for a statue frag, well, we can run all the way out of range at least, but I need to crump these guys or at least block them in the corner and fast, and even if I do that, one is guaranteed to be able to move, which isn't good. Come to think of it, maybe I should have brought Boyd on this mission, considering how many Halberdiers I'm going up against. But I think every single unit that I have here is probably going to be more than enough to deal with these guys, so we just gotta get on it. Fire Rhythm's just kicking me tushy right now. Making all these hit rates just that much more dodgy. Or questionable is the real word that I should be using here. And I can move Raphael all the way up to that tile, so I'll take advantage of that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take advantage of that, unless Soul procs here. It did not. We get a level up, though, but is it worth it? Yeah, I would say so. One of the best ones we've gotten today. And what I'm gonna do is, probably do something like this, and then using Raphael, I can move everybody forward again. And we just kind of have to commit here and just run these guys down. The sniper at the top, I think, is more dangerous. Because I can box the other guy in. In fact, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Just trot on over here. Because Mia can kill the sniper. Oh, can she? Oh, yeah, the Brave Sword. This is why we saved that thing. We'll go for the crit here. Didn't happen, that's okay. And I'm gonna do this just in case, because actually, I've got more than enough firepower to avoid having to box that guy in. And where do these guys spawn? This isn't the only group that spawns from this corner, by the way. I just want to point that out. Siren Suit. Yeah, that'll do. I might need Nyla to take care of that sniper, because I don't know anybody else that can get that kill. We'll see if Titania is up for it. She probably isn't because, yeah, too low speed. Never mind! We are fully healing off of this, too. Good stuff. And we have a veritable traffic jam down here. Let's start clearing these guys out. None of you have a crossbow, but none of you other goobers do. In fact, yeah, that's the only guy with a ranged weapon, so if I really wanted to, what I could do is just start pecking away here. Ike can take care of this guy because he's the most dangerous. Ike is probably the MVP on this mission. He was the MVP on the last one, so I don't see why that's not going to happen again. Unless if Soren wants to make some contributions. I'm fine with that because he got magic. I could also send Gatry down here and just have everybody poke at him nonstop. I mean, that's funny if I could do that. Don't like those hit chances, though. Stay up here. You're doing good up here, buddy. And this area is not blocked, but I think that's okay. Wait, did I block them? Or did they just not come yet? No, okay, no. It's the... We have a turn here just to kind of play dice or something, I don't know. Sit back, get some chow, maybe stitch on my limbs or something, I don't know. Ike doesn't need the XP, so we're gonna give it to everybody else here. Soren in particular could benefit from those weapon ranks. Yeah, and I'll take that on Neff. Shoring up that defense, which is a little bit spotty right now. She's kind of competing with Aaron for the most part here, and they're basically... It feels like they're neck and neck with each other at this point. I don't know if they are. It's fine. You're gonna get it no matter what you use here. You're doing great. Sweet! That is SS, which means that I can use Excalibur. Everybody topped off. Shove. Because I'm going to need to break that sort of bunker play here, or I'm going to need to break that, like... I almost said bust the bunker. You know what I mean. Okay, I think we're good here. Yeah, and then this is just peanuts. I could send Gatry down there now, because I don't think any of those guys can really do any damage to him, but we're getting a little bit more out of it doing this. And it's not like we're doing anything else at the moment either. That's a damn good level up, son. Not keeping my support buddies in range here, but doing what we can just to get by, so to speak. I could do with one or more kills, but I could actually send him up here to deal, like, with this guy with the Killer Lance, because... Yeah, Ike takes no damage from this guy, so that might actually be the best thing I can do. We'll keep, Rice in range, just in case he needs to heal anybody. And then, Tormund, just stay put. Actually, stay... This is a bit of a safer spot. Yeah, don't do anything. Actually, you're about to revert, so go ahead. I wanted to give more kills to Vika because, like I said, I got 2 level ups off of 3 kills, I think, which is pretty good, but... This upcoming is going to get a little bit awkward. Oh, you're going first. I didn't expect that. Then again, you have the best range. Alley-oop. And that guy doesn't move. Okay, this is the group I was worried about. There are 2 groups, never mind. There are 3! Okay, we maybe have a problem, because I didn't prepare for the right side. Because... Yep, that's what I was afraid of. This is probably the most difficult wave that the map throws at you. I was camping out here specifically so that I could deal with this guy. This meteor will absolutely end somebody's life if given the opportunity. Especially since this guy moves and has a range the size of Mount Olympus. I was prepping on the left side because I thought he spawned over here, but he doesn't. At the very least, what this is letting me do is, yeah, okay, so that's how you deal with this problem. Soren says no. Blizzard Town well spent. That's how you take care of that problem. Every time I want to use a Siege Tome to solve an issue, he's just like, yep, okay, done. Does not matter the situation. So, these guys are annoying, but they might take the long way around, and if they run into Soren and Rice first, I think we're fine, honestly. Rice is in a similar situation to Micaiah with, like, slightly less magic. He'll get doubled and probably take a little bit of damage, but he'll be fine otherwise. I would love to do that just to see Corona, if I'm being honest. Because, yeah, if I put up it right here, that's a pretty good poking position. Speaking of poking positions, I dispose of this problem. Thank you! Everybody really just wants to get the lead out right now. I'm gonna do this again. This is probably the last time I'm gonna do this map. Yeah, because I see a potential point for... Oh yeah, especially if Vika goes like right here. Yeah, I need to set up a kill. I need to set that up, but it will probably do a little bit. Nyla hasn't done anything this map, might as well. Do I need to block there? We'll see in a minute, because that guy's definitely gonna move if he's given the opportunity. I'm gonna commit to doing this, just because... Yeah, if Shinnok crits, which he... Okay, he did. Frickin' kill stealer. It's actually okay, because, like I said, I could just box strat again if need be. And these halberdiers are a mite too tanky, but... Who knows with this crowd at this point. We're just proccing crits, we're proccing everything right now. Again, don't like that. Speaking of not liking things, like I said, Nyla, you haven't done anything. Let's let you have to chain for a minute. Literally. Still 1 EXP. Gotta love it. And... Chappy? No, again, we gotta use the Brave Sword. Mia, once again, proving me wrong. And I think that's the last of the reinforcements that come from that side, so we're mainly just stuck with this clown card out here. Neffany, finish your breakfast. I actually don't know what time it is in-game. I'm assuming this is either taking place in the middle of the night, or it's taking place at about midday, like, or early morning, not midday. That's like the last point in time I would say that this is happening. Could fly down here as well, but with all these guys around here, this is not safe to do. Yeah. That's a good kill setup, but it's not very reliable. I could fly down and then back up, possibly? That could work? The Sages aren't in range yet, so that's not the worst idea I've ever had. I mean, the worst idea was, exhibited earlier more than anything else. Moram, you're not. Just chill, I guess. Actually, Tormod, if you want to help out a little bit, I would not object to you getting 12 right here. Nice. Hopefully that doesn't expose Raphael to any kill shots, because I'm gonna think of it. Blade, 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 poleaxe. Yeah, okay, we're good. What is with this crap? I mean, can you make it back? Because you still have that movement. Oh no, you don't have a movement penalty. 1, 2, 3, 4, what did... If she can't make it back, she dies. In fact, I think I'm gonna wait on that. Since I know that that's... Yeah, since I know what I can do here, I think I'm just gonna wait, and then we're gonna fly up and back down again. We're gonna move Morm out of this tile, and then we'll do it. Because like I said, the left side is completely secure at this point. I mainly have to... Okay, they're gonna keep clown carring over here. Okay, never mind! Hi, boys, how you doing? Oh my god, there's multiple of you. There's so many of you. I hate all of this. I thought this would be funny, and instead I just got pain. This is so much pain. This is more pain than I know what to deal with. All these guys are surrounded. I have to play the "you're trapped in here with me" card, and I hate that. What is this? This is me getting boxed in. In fact, both these guys are completely useless at the moment. This guy can only attack Nyla, so I don't have to worry about him. I gotta worry about... I don't even know if I want to kill this Halberdier. I want to kill this guy, and I want to kill this guy. Titania has passed, but that doesn't matter, because... oh my god, this is just... This is the comedy right here. This is comedy. Look at this shit. This would be outrageous if we got out of this one, but I don't know if we can. Just start chopping things to pieces, I guess. Yeah, because Nyla can get rid of whoever she wants. This guy, I guess, is deader than dead, if I'm being honest. I could even have Vika come over here and take care of him. Yeah, because if I have Vika go where Titania is, then that might work. Okay, well, you're potentially taking 28 damage. Glare? Oh yeah, that's a very weak chance to stun. Don't do that. Don't do that when you can gnaw somebody's face off. This is... Oh my days. Honestly, I think the snipers are the biggest problem, and I kind of have them all cornered, which is very funny. So I think this guy is probably the unit I want to take care of first. The corkscrew, I saw that. What in the hell is going on here? I swear to God, the Insist bros are just like, this is pure chaos, is what this is. Oscar, smack this guy in the dome. Okay, now, don't move, I think? Yeah, don't move. Don't move. We're gonna switch to the Akar right here. Shannon is the most in danger, because this guy moves up and attacks Shannon. This guy... You can't move at all, but if these guys move around and if this guy moves up, then this guy can move up and attack Mia. Then this guy can move up and hit whoever he wants, so... By that logic... I think I need to use the Brave Sword to just start and just turn this guy into chop suey. Pulling your weight and then some here, Mia. That'll do. I'll take strength any day of the week, and... Oh, where did you get defense? I'll take it. Titania, you could save my life right here, but I'd rather you... I think I just have to overcommit resources to this group right here. In fact, if Torbot hits, that would save me a ton of time. Yeah, because... What I can do instead now is... Titania can pick up this kill, then move into where one of those halberdiers is standing. In fact, I could move... So I can protect Shannon or I could protect Mia. And honestly, I think I would rather protect Mia because... I would like Shannon to... Actually, no. I'm gonna do this, because I kind of want to rely on Mia's avoid more than Shannon's defense in this stage. And to that end, Soren needs to move, because otherwise I'm worried about getting shish kebab by the bad man here. Speaking of being shish kebab, I think I need to move Raphael. Because, yeah, you are... Okay, if I do this, then I don't think that he's gonna... He's not gonna hit, and more importantly, he's not gonna be able to resist the opportunity to do that. And if I move Soren on the corner, I could bait both of these guys away. Although, if I do that, I kind of have to stop the... You're an issue and a half, and I think the way to do that is gonna be to... Probably just have Soren move over here and then hope for the best, I guess? Yeah, because that creates a gap that Geishri could fill. And the dream is, honestly, that Nephany baits the crossbow guy over anything else. Although if she starts baiting sages over, I guess that's not a problem. What can you do, Fika? Get crit and die, potentially. This is why we do this. This is stupid, but I got nothing better to do. And I need to thin this crowd out, so... That's what I was afraid of! But that's why we do this. This is embarrassing. I thought the frickin' Silent World map was gonna be annoying, but this is just worse. This isn't an Iron Man, it's okay, we do this for science. Don't look at that, that's a spoiler. Again, I feel like I'm saying that a lot lately. We gotta use reverse psychology. Okay, fine, don't use reverse psychology. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can bait these guys into attacking Rice. The problem is if I do that and this guy moves, then Rice is dead, so... Or I could, honestly, this is maybe the best use case, yeah, I can... There is a potential map where I could use the Sleep Staff, but that's a much better use case because this is a much bigger traffic jam. And that's okay that we used it. Because now what I can do is I can probably magic tank with Rice to my heart's content. Because we're not going to get to Mr. Crossbowman until the last turn, so we might as well do it now. Okay, yeah, these guys are all walled in. That situation is just a mess, but... If I'm being honest, I might be able to have Vika contribute more over there. Yeah, because I want my high resistance units to deal with these mages. Who knows, we might even see Corona out of the deal. And I'm not going to attack with Ike because... Yeah, I would like to kind of keep this fun strat over here going for a little bit longer. Something goes for... Your gauge fills up next turn, and I might actually have a use for you. So why don't you come over here and then, I don't know, have some grass. Ike is the only unit that hasn't moved yet. Well, now we just need to do this. Titania gets attacked, but that should be fine. Yeah. You're attacking Shannon, but I kind of expected that. 2 hits, bang, bang. Atta boy, I love that sort of thing. Extra strain's not an issue. Okay, and like I said, these guys are... This is an offer they can't refuse. It's an offer none of them can refuse, apparently. Oh, you have weapon triangle, that's why you did that. And you don't get doubled, that's also why you did that. You have a lightning tome, which is not an issue. Okay, and like I said, if I noticed the physical units moved first, and not bad at all. Okay. Now, the diciest thing here is Mia is gonna get attacked twice, and what? Never mind. That guy doesn't want to live. What? Okay. I guess they think they can't hit Mia. That might be the reasoning. Or they're going for... I don't even know what that Albiter was thinking, to be honest. I think that's the last of the reinforcements. Yeah, it is. I didn't expect all of them to show up there at once, so we kind of have a bit of a shooting gallery here for the next few minutes. Which is fine by me, if I'm being honest, because... Yeah, I think I'm gonna get Shinon out of his little hidey hole here, and then... I don't know, take this on the way out. What's your HP total? Vika does not do enough damage, I think, to kill there. This is probably the safest, but if I get crit, I die, so... Fly in, and we're just gonna have to fly out immediately. Still a decent amount of XP, but we're kind of at the point where this joke is starting to get old. It's not even the best level up that you could have given me, if I'm being honest. What I'm gonna do is commit a bit of a cardinal sin here, and we're just gonna shove Raphael to the point where he can help these two. Because, yeah, and that's... Ooh, that's not good. Never mind. Herons are very late. No need to waste the good stuff. Especially if you're just gonna do that anyway. Good job, Mia. And, yeah, Titania and Oscar can combine here for this, and... we can move Nyla away. And since I know those Armor Knights don't move, I can probably kind of goad one of them into attacking me. We're gonna run away right here. Because, yeah, I think what we're gonna do after we deal with this nonsense is we're gonna have to go up this area, and I can't see a way to deal with the Killer Lance guy without dealing with the hammer, so Ike and Nyla are probably gonna take this initial group, and then we're gonna have everybody else kind of trickle up this side, and then these two rooms in particular are really, really good. And this is free. Take it. This was a very dumb decision, but hey. I mean, that kind of proves a bit of a point, which is like, yeah, for Lagoos or Groats are just bonkers. But that doesn't really mean much. Loading a diaper gun with Chipotle instead of Taco Bell doesn't really help you at all. You may have godlike growth rates, but that doesn't mean much if you can't use them. Or whatever the best expression here is. I'm out of ideas. You can't hit me for beans, so take it. And like I said, just kind of camp out here and wait on thinning this crowd out. I gotta wait until these mages go down before I let Ike off the chain, because if I let Ike off the chain too soon, he's just gonna die. And I don't want to give you any dumb ideas, so let's just get you out of the way. Go for the Elf Thunder. Why waste the good stuff? Not bad at all. I would like you to get more speed, but hey, I'll take that too. What is that? That's enough to use Arc Thunder, but I'm probably never going to use Arc Thunder. I don't even know if I have an Arc Thunder tome in stock, I'm going to be honest. Alright, not yet, because I don't want you to get horribly murdered. Keep it going, Nephany. Now, who wants this? Because it's... I guess Oscar or Titania would benefit the most from it. Skewer, and get away. The lack of anti-cav weapons makes me wonder if... Okay, your defense is a little too low, but... It was a thought. Why not? Casual headshot. I appreciate it. I appreciate violence of motion like that. Do I want to... I think you have the same movement range as Titania. Yeah, so that's pointless. We'll just kind of keep her... Let's just keep her very quick right now. Oh, that's not what I wanted to have happen. But you missed anyway. See you at the party, Richter. Yeah, what I said earlier. Haven't you had enough yet? Good lord. And you untransformed. I still can keep you... I still have you put to bed for 4 turns, so that's good. Like I said, it's this group up here that is the next biggest priority, and... I'm gonna do this just to make absolutely sure these guys don't move. Because the Swordmaster moved, but not either of these two guys, and I would think that guy would have moved by now, but I guess not. Just keep firing, man. It's a shooting gallery. Of course, if we run out of ranged weapons, this is gonna get very silly this is gonna get very unfortunate very fast. God, I didn't know about this. I would have brought extra javelins. Look at this lady go. The results could be a little bit better, but I'm not going to complain too much. Anyway, I don't want Nia to be dealing with either of the Armor Knights, because she can't really do anything, but I can have her run up this ledge and probably bait out 1 or 2 of these guys. Honestly, I might have Shannon do that instead. This guy probably doesn't move either, if I had to guess, so... I can just bait these snipers out and just do some counterplay. Their crit rate's not bad, but Shannon's is probably better. If I had to guess, and then we'll keep these guys... We'll keep the rest of our army moving forward here. Sweet, love to see it. We'll get what XP we can out of this. And I am, honestly, I just recognized what time it is. We're gonna take a little break here for a minute because I just gotta get up and, at least, I'm in the zone here, but I'd like to take a little break for a sec. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's just get back into it. Guess a bit of a programming reminder. So these Tuesday streams are probably going to go back to Mondays, if I'm being honest. Some of the stuff that I was dealing with earlier that was messing up my schedule is going to go back to normal. I won't lie, though, I'm kind of partial to streaming on Tuesdays. I was originally doing Mondays under the guise of nobody likes Mondays, which may be true, but that's not exactly cause for just dropping everything. But I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna enter here real quick. Okay, these guys are doing what I thought they were gonna be doing. God, I just can't believe I freaked out when all those guys dropped in at once. To be fair, reinforcements dropping in and surrounding your units is maybe one of the scariest things that can happen in a Fire Emblem game, so what do I know? Okay, and we're kind of at the point where I can just drop down with the rest of my units and thin everything out. Good job, Gatry. That is, what are your... He hasn't capped anything yet, but he's darn close. I don't know why I'm counting on capping stats this early, but... Okay, so these two don't move, so we can take advantage of that. Because they would have moved to attack Nyla if they could. That being said, and we know this guy doesn't move either. So what I might honestly do is, if I can get Shannon up there, which I can next turn. Actually, what's your movement range, Ref? Let's do like this. And you don't double that guy, which is awkward, but it's gonna be even more awkward as, I absolutely own zoning these fools if I don't get the kills that I can this turn. Easier said than done, though, just because... Yeah. Level 10, too, already, my goodness. It's not a bad level up, but he's gotten some pretty mediocre ones so far, so I don't know if I can count on anything else for the time being. I am going to move Nephany down here, and then we're going to block with somebody else. Just because I want to make sure that I can get that. In fact, I could use Rice or Soren. And I think I will use Soren here, just because it's just more free XP. He just kind of needed a little bit, if I'm being honest. He hasn't gotten too many levels out of this. Rice is going to have to go back on healing duty in a second, just because of some of the stuff that's going to be going down up here. And you don't actually have a... If I give you a men's... If I have you equip, like, the men's staff, you will probably heal off of that, so I'm gonna do that. So either these guys are being really smart or really lazy, and I can't tell which. We'll figure out in a minute. Because if Shannon runs up here by this posh couches here, then... And, like I said, these three are probably going to stay where they're at, although I can maybe use that door key again, so I will probably bring Vika along. Because these two Sword Masters are about to die horribly here. Oh, especially if I proc in. Nice job, Neff. Twice in a row, you're spoiling me. Okay, as long as I have a way of dealing with a Mr. Hammerman, I think I'm gonna be okay. Oh, you moved. I was not expecting... I guess I should have expected that. Nice retaliation shot. And yeah, this basically confirms that there are no more reinforcements showing up, which is good, because I hate those guys. I can't get you all the way up yet, but if I move you here, I definitely will be able to. Go ahead and do that. I don't know if Ike can get to where Raphael is standing. He can't. But I think he's done plenty already. I need Raphael to kind of keep pace with everybody, mainly because there's an interesting wrinkle to the boss that I will not spoil. It's just that I'm going to do something that could potentially look very silly. Not that, because... yeah, your range is shockingly big. And I also have to worry about this crew at the back here, so... Sure, I'll take a coin flip. Didn't come up lucky. That's fine. Yeah, and I can't Vigor Ike, but I can Vigor these 3 chaps instead, and Gatry is probably the unit that I'm going to want to send up here, and I can't do that yet. Ugh. But I can't stop this guy from coming down, which is what I would want. Alright, that is a guaranteed kill, and I probably will do that just because I don't want to deal with that killer weapon. One for the road, I guess? Or I could soften you up, which means if I get Shinan into the right spot, he can pick up that kill next turn. The one thing I want to prevent is Shinan getting crit here, but that guy won't get healed, so this is pretty good. Puts him down to half health, which should basically mean that, yeah, we lose the Blizzard Tome, but that's okay, we got another one. In fact, I could just trade it to Sword right now. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, that's right. Do that. Even if you... Well, that's not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna pop this as a just in case. And we're gonna hang out here. In fact, that's a safe spot. Okay. The only reason I'm not doing this immediately is because I need Gatry to get into a spot next turn. In fact, killing the guy with the hammer with Nyla might be a better use of my time than killing the guy with this Killer Lance. Because if this guy goes for Gatry with Provoke, then I don't have anything to worry about. Because Gatry's got... he'll take 6 damage, which... oh no, whatever will I do? I hesitate to have Ike miss out on all the fun, but no matter. And that really grinds my gears, because... oh! Forgot about you. Moving Nephany into your range by accident, but no matter. It's still gonna be a pretty long climb, I just hope everybody's up for it. I say that like it matters. Wow, you guys did pretty good hitting from uprange there. Anyway, let's see. Try for the Tour God. Last use of that Meteor Tome, but it's not gonna do anything. Oh, who am I kidding? Kind of the result that I expected. No matter. That is a 21, and that's not a very high crit rate either. I should check this guy's, like, luck stat and stuff, because, yeah, it's not that high. I have to think in terms of, like, Radiant Dawn math. Like, Shinan's luck is absolute crap, for instance. Although it's, now that I'm thinking about it, it's comparable to a lot of our other units. I think Bryce has the highest luck? Yeah, by a long shot, so... I could use the Blizzard Tome to deal with my choice in Sniper here. In fact, I think dealing with this guy is probably the best use of my time, because... yeah, I still have 4 uses of that thing, and it's gonna matter a lot in the long run. Or where I use it, if that makes any sense. Could be better. It's the general theme of these level ups. Actually, if I wanted to, yeah, that's not bad at all, honestly. Yeah, because if I do that and then have Ike kill this guy, then... yes, that opens me up to some That opens up a lot of nasty counter hits. Maybe I should have Titania take care of this guy, and then we'll worry about everything else from there. That's maybe too much fire that I'm drawing on Mia. I have to keep that in mind still. Nice dodge. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. That would be very sad. Okay, don't stand there because you're just gonna draw a lot of attention to yourself. Granted, if you move up, you're gonna draw attention no matter what, so maybe, like... Shannon there, Geisha right in front of him. I think that could work. Go with the silencer here. Couple hits. He might get physicked, but I'll live with that. And this is mainly safe if I do what I wanted to do down here first, so we might as well take care of it. And we might as well bring everybody up, because otherwise... Yeah, Ike's gonna draw a lot of attention. Titania's gonna draw a lot herself as well. Woo! Heal up that one hit point, man. Good job. Geisha takes care of you. Yeah, and I think Ike and Jill might be the two strongest units I have at the moment. Kind of a weird thought, but... I don't know about this, but, like, Corona could open up some possibilities. Worst case, I can have Nyla run up and just knob on this guy's face if the situation calls for it. Which it might, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it might, because I can have Oscar and Neff move Rice and drop, or Nyla move Rice and drop him off. I gotta respect those crits, I really do, but... Of course, Mia could just do this. Now you crit, of course. Can't be any other time of day. Or week. I don't know how many shots I'm gonna bait out with Provoke, but... we can at least get Neff into a good position. Shove you one. Like I said, we'll just make sure everybody keeps space. Do that again in case we need it, and hope nobody dies horribly. Oh, I forgot you had that. I brought a restore staff, right? Okay, I expected that. Which is good, because now you're just ripe for public humiliation. Just drawing all the attention. That's fine, because that means that we don't have to deal with that later. We do have to deal with you, which could get annoying. Oh, you do 3 damage. Never mind. He's weak. Every single time I'm super worried about something. That's the Tempest Blade. I really want that to be mostly intact. To the point where I'm kind of willing to just have Nyla two-shot that guy to take care of it. Sweet, I'll take that. He's so buff, that doesn't do anything, my god. But yeah, the more uses of that get wasted, the more angry I'm gonna be at the end of all this. You can best this guy in a 1v1 easily. Can potentially have Neff run over there, but that's just gonna draw more attention. It's also gonna... I gotta mind Oliver, because like I said, he does move. You have a restore step, right? You do. Perfect. The problem is that puts me in range of possibly Oliver's silent staff, which isn't fun, but something I just have to keep in mind. Can maul that guy's face off, but that's a bit of a waste of XP. At the same time, like... I have so many good options for dealing with everything here that it's just... Like I said, that BitConnect, I mean, really sings here, because good lord, this is just... I wonder if the best solution here is to just go all out on offense, because... I mean, I can, and stuff like this is pretty good. If I can get Shinon forward one tile, if I get him to where this guy is, and the best way to do that might be with Nephenate. Although you don't double this guy, which is annoying. I'm used to Nephenes being able to double Swordmaster as Sumi. That's okay. That guy doesn't move, so he's not a problem. It's gonna be everybody else that really is, I think, the issue. We'll just peel these guys off a bit at a time, I think. Because I want to make sure that this guy can't do anything, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Yeah, because you just take care of this problem. My one wish is that the longbow guy doesn't suddenly rediscover that he has legs. I'll take that level. And I'll take that Tempest Blade, and mostly intact, too. Very nice. Okay. The crossbow guy is probably my biggest adversary at this point, but given the whole way that Provoke works and stuff, I don't think he's really going to be an issue. In fact, I know he's not going to be an issue, because I have 1, 2, 3 possible solutions for dealing with him. 48 is not going to be good enough, so we kind of have to bank on Soul. Didn't hit, but that's okay. That crossbow does a probably pretty high amount of damage, so... that's okay, I guess. Restore staff you. And I think if I move Raphael up aggressively, I can definitely deal with everybody on this turn. And I don't even really have to use Nyla. I might have Nyla run left just so I can make use of one of those door keys. Or she could open the one up top and just om nom nom on the goodies inside. That's always funny to watch. At this point, I'm more concerned with comedy value than anything else here. I'm just gonna block this off, because otherwise I don't want... Like I said, if that sniper discovers he has legs, I'm gonna be very sad. That is potentially a problem that I don't have to deal with anymore, but at the same time, I think I'd rather have Sora try to deal with one of these guys. Problem is, Raphael's standing where I need him to be. A crit? Nope. So I've got to... Fuck, I just recognized. Shit, that's bad. Okay, if I get rid of you... I just recognized that guy can turn Raphael into kebabs, so... The good news is that if I get Nyla in there and just do this... Which I probably should have done to begin with... Yeah, easy. Dead. And we'll just take care of this problem right now. Or do we need to? I don't think anybody can hit Raphael from his current position. No, they can't. They all have melee weapons. These guys have really good equipment, but they don't move, I think, so... I'll just kind of bank on them not moving. Even if this guy sprouts legs, he's not going to be able to do anything. I'm gonna do that. Just get rid of this guy, it's one less problem for me. I can't believe I had to use Nyla to get rid of the one guy. Just kind of mad about that. I can count on one hand the number of times I've had to use her, and that's slowly not going to be the case anymore. Okay, if you're just going to burn all your sleep staff charges on Ike, then I guess I can live with that. The boy has pretty bad resistance, so... Seriously, what? You die horribly when you do that, and Ike is asleep. This game sometimes, I swear. Thanks for the heals. It's a free kill for whoever wants it, like normal. I can have you run up and open this door, but like I said, one of these is a comedy room, and I'm gonna save in case one of them is a comedy room. As we're burning past the 3-hour mark here. I think we still have an hour left of this map, because this top area is just a mess. I don't know anymore, man. Open it up, and those are sages. And that I'm in the longbow range, but I don't care. Arcwind sages at that. You've got enough resistance, I think, to survive it. If you don't, then everybody who's not named Mia does. We chopped his head off with that one. I think I'll just send the boys in to do the heavy lifting up there, and... Oh, right, I see you. That's capped strength, too. That's really good. Yeah, I've got options. I've got plenty of options. I have less options than I thought, but I've still got options. Which of you drops a chest key, I'm curious? None of you. So I actually do need Rice to get over there with the unlocked staff. That being said, I am probably going to have him stay here for a minute just so I can burn through the rest of the sleep staff. Take that level any day. So, the fact that these are mages is what concerns me a little bit. Because really the only unit that they can absolutely destroy is Vika, but... I can run in here and just start wrecking house, but... Is that actually... 30 and then 27? That's 57, if I'm reading that right? So, Mor would survive with 1 HP if he did that. Like I said, he can carry his own even at this stage of the game, but... Can you hit from there? No. This isn't really... You're blocking Neff, but I honestly don't care. No crit, thankfully? Yes, thank you. Like I said, I want to make use of my available units where it makes sense to, and this is definitely one of those times. Iron Lance guarantees, right? You're gonna go for it. Don't waste the good stuff. Especially since I'm gonna need you to run to the right immediately to deal with everything else. We'll leave the chests open for Bryce to take advantage of, because otherwise he's just gonna... I can break open the door with Blizzard. That has to be one of the funniest ways to do that, but... no matter. Anyway, we might as well use Nyla's door key for the last one. Alright, yeah, there, so there. I'll keep Ike and Titania in the general area just so that they can kind of cover us, but... everybody else kind of needs to get the lead out here. Walling like that, I think, is a good idea for the time being, and then we'll just... like I said, I'll have Soren heal up Moram next turn just because, you know, it makes the most sense to me, I think. And then I don't know what to do with Tormod anymore. Yeah, if you don't have a ranged weapon, which you don't, then I could use Soren to just deal with the Armor Knight next turn, and I think that's the best way of handling that situation. Use up that Elwyn tome that we've had since the beginning of the game. Why not? My vision's starting to get a little messed up. That's what happens when I stream for more than however many hours. Okay, his sleep staff is gone, which means that you still have a shine tome, right? You do, but we can deal with that. And you guys didn't use your physics staves at all, which leads me to believe if none of these guys move whatsoever, then that's a weird predicament. Alright. Start going for it, Soren. Seven. You're almost a level 10, so I'm not that worried about you. Like I said, it's... really up to you here. We're gonna let Ike take a bit of a nap for the time being. How is the Restore Staff C rank? It is, so... we're not going to attack that top group yet until later, but... actually, I could test a theory with somebody with high enough resistance, because... yeah, I think Nethany has high enough resistance to see if, like... because, like I said, Oliver does move, but I don't know if he moves quite at his max range. I'm gonna do this again. This is probably the most I'm gonna be doing this is on this map, and maybe the next one, because these are just the longest maps in the game by far. They're longer than the endgame maps, I said it. Main reason we're gonna do this is because otherwise Ike is out of commission for the rest of the... basically everything, and I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to be in that spot. And we can move him in here to start mucking around. As much as Soren needs the XP, Via also still kind of needs it, so go for it. She wanted it, and she got it. Anyway, this crew up here is probably gonna... I had my fun with Moram, let's get him away. Yeah, I don't want to open the door with Nyla yet, because otherwise we're gonna have a bit of a... we're not gonna be quite ready yet, although it's not gonna be unwinnable, it's just gonna be very awkward, because nobody's gonna be ready. Okay, you don't, but this guy definitely does. Okay, I just attracted a lot of attention, but Nephine's a big girl, she can take it. Actually, I may have committed too many people to one side. This could be an issue. Rip in peace, my poor javelin. Yeah, I might want to just, like, kill this guy and then back everybody up. That was an effective bait, especially since that's gonna... Now we know these guys don't move... These guys don't move at all, which is important to see. Because I don't... These guys, I don't know if they move... I'm just gonna assume all of the bishops and generals don't move, and we'll leave it at that. That leaves one particular thing open, and those of you who know. And this is poleaxe. None of these are comedy rooms. I swear to God I was gonna do it. I was so prepared for a comedy room. And I'm a little bit disappointed that none of these have been comedy rooms. So disappointed that I think I'm just gonna start busting out the killer weapons. Just start blitzing it, man. Who cares at this point? Anyway, we bring our unlocked staff for this reason. Who needs Heather, anyway? Red gem! Money! Hooray. I need an adept in order for that to be safe, so we're not going to do that quite yet. I can do that if I want to, which is not the worst idea I've had. That's a guarantee, and yeah, why don't you go for it? Can I do that with the steel bow? Or the... No, use the silencer. It's got 4 uses left after this. Boom! I kind of want to bring Titania over here to start dealing with this group. In fact, I think I'll do that, because... Yeah, they will kind of get wiped off the face of the earth here, and... I'll be able to have Nephine jump out and get healed, but potentially. Actually, both of my healers are on the other side of the map, so it's mainly going to be up to these two. $13, $12, I mean, it's safe, but... I'll let the Cavaliers handle this one. And they've got Ike for moral support. Or something. Do I want to have Shannon take a face full of axe? I'm sure he can be... I'm sure he's fine, he can handle it. And what I think I'm going to do is have Vika fly over right here, and then what I can do to speed this up is Rice unlocks, Vika rescues, and then we fly all the way over here. Gonna have, yeah, I'm gonna have Soren, link back up over with this group. A lot of Armor Knights on that top floor. I'm gonna want him to help out. Okay, one of these guys getting Physic, which is gonna suck, but... It's probably gonna be the 3 health guy, if I had to guess. You went for the provoked target, like an idiot. You are... Actually, I think both of them are gonna get healed, which is annoying. Yep, they sure are. But I can kind of keep this line going all day, so I really don't care. Yeah, Nephine's out of javelins, so she can't really help here, but... Alright, let's see if I get an adept here. Nope, but that's just a kill for Titania, which I'm okay with. I probably want... Let's have Titania stay put. We're gonna have Oscar bait out the last Swordmaster that's up there. Nice kill, that's a level. Not bad at all, honestly. Her stats are a little bit behind the curve compared to everybody else's, but that's not... and it's not really a thing I'm concerned about, if I'm being honest. Try the crit for the road. Nice! Love it when that works. Although, what is his, what's his defense like? Because 39, so... I can't see, if I'm being honest. I might just use Nephany again here, and I think I'm gonna do that. To bait out this last guy. Because, yeah, Oscar's defenses are a little bit too flimsy for my liking. I don't know if that tile was blocked off. I'm assuming it wasn't. It's a vote of confidence. I've never seen one. Now, we know these guys don't move, and Oliver isn't moving either for some reason, so... I honestly couldn't tell you anymore. Blue gem! Even more money! Yeah, actually, I want to sell this one first, so... This room will be clear next turn. You. I like how he keeps all these... Is that a... Hang on. Is that a painting of Seren's Forest in the corner? It's the only thing I can think of it being. I just, like... I don't know. I've been playing this map for so long, I started noticing, like, random details. Shannon says he's done with this. I don't really blame him. Honestly, everybody that I brought in, even, like, some of the scrubbies, to some extent, did a ton of work. I knew this map was gonna be tough, I just didn't know, like... I didn't expect all the resets. Granted, I think only one of them was, like, a genuine, like, my fault type of thing, and that was just me screwing around with Vika. The first one was due to growth rates just kind of messing with me, and I don't know. It was early enough to the point where I think it was fine. The other ones were... the other ones, like, the crit onto Mia was probably the one thing... That was the one big one where I'm like, yeah, that's a genuine reset, and then the last one was me experimenting with Vika, so I don't know how much that counts. I guess it should count, now that I think about it. We'll need to... I'm just gonna keep Raphael here for the regen stuff. We'll have more on keep pace. He doesn't need to do it. These guys don't need to do anything anymore, if I'm being honest. Because, like I said, we've got 2 chests left to open. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. You're gonna get healed, which is gonna be annoying, but... Now, there's one added wrinkle to all of this. The first thing we have to do is get rid of this guy. Nice. Oscar gets one. And I'm mainly just gonna keep everybody together in case if something happens here, but... If you remember, Oliver's main crime was engaging in the Heron slave trade business, but what really happened, if you remember the game, was Rayson effectively got duped into getting bought by him. It was a very weird, contrived set of coincidences. So, Raphael is a Heron. What do you think is going to happen if we do this? We know this is safe because none of these guys move. And, like, Nephany has been standing in this guy's attack range. This general's attack range. So we know for a fact none of these guys move. What if we did this? In fact, actually, if we go over into unit, yeah, there's no... We can't see boss combos, but hypothetically speaking, let's test that what if. Arbalest, that is a super good crossbow. Yeah, 38 might. This is the best crossbow in the game. Send the red gem to the convoy. And yeah, we'll just... I could probably just, like, do something like this just to make Shannon move a little bit faster. Because Rice's job is pretty much set after this point. And I need Shannon and Gatry to help out with the armor up here, so... Gatry can get there immediately because he's got the celerity skill, so... We'll be fine there. It's gonna be everybody else that just needs to get the let out. Sure enough! Oh boy. Oh, you are truly a banquet for the eyes as well as the spirits. I am quite overcome. Unhand me! But how is that anyone could risk a precious treasure like you in battle? What if something marred you? What are you talking about? Don't worry, pretty bird. I'll save you. You need someone who can give you loving protection. Someone... like me? Yeah, Raphael, I get it, buddy. I'll take you away from these savages. I would never let them lay a single finger upon you, my precious... No, the jealous cretins mustn't ruffle a single feather. I'll have to kill them. Come now, come to daddy. Yes. Maybe one of the funniest instances in any Fire Emblem game, in particular this one. Oliver recruits himself if you put Raphael in his range. The important thing is that he has to speak with Raphael. If you try to do the reverse, it doesn't work. So yeah, in what is probably one of the biggest jokes in the franchise, one of the biggest pains in the ass in the entire, in basically all of the Talius games, Oliver is in fact a playable unit. He just flat out recruits himself. I don't know why you would want to play as the Fat Man, but the option is available to you if you so wish. In terms of stats, if you want to use him, use him. He's kind of on par with where Micaiah and Rice are at this point, and they're his main competition. He does come ready to go with an S rank in Light Tome, so if you've got the Valora Tome available, Oliver will happily use it. Well, he'll happily do anything if it involves protecting any of the herons. This guy is possibly the best designed joke character in the entire franchise. I can't remember the last time that a boss character effectively recruited himself into your army. Like, I guess Sarum from Fire Emblem 5 is kind of, or Salem, I guess, depending on what translation of Fire Emblem 5 you're playing, but you had to capture him because of that game's mechanics. He didn't recruit himself, you basically forced him to get drenched in blue paint. Oliver doesn't care. Oliver doesn't care. All these guys mean nothing to him. In fact, if we go over to the conditions, there's no boss anymore. If we check, like, this guy's stats, his commander, nothing. Oliver didn't give any authority to begin with, but, yay? I don't even know, man. The free silent staff is also going to be pretty good for later, but as for what his actual combat stats are, well, him recruiting himself isn't the only wrinkle. You want to use him at least once in combat once you recruit him, for reasons that will immediately become apparent. Yeah, you can die. He has his own theme song. They really went all out with this joke. This is a comedy building. It was always a comedy building. Anyway, we have Ike has a talk convo for whatever reason. Hold on a second. Aren't these your men? Why are you fighting them? It's quite simple, really. A true guardian of beauty stands with those who are beautiful. If your exquisite Heron Prince will not stay here in my home, I must follow him. I have seen death. It holds no mystery more me. Only my pursuit matters. Rest it easy, friends. Look, would you mind rejoining the enemy? I fucking love this guy. He's a complete... Oliver is such a meme, and it's like, they understood. Like, there have been other characters in the franchise that, like, Fire Emblem players have memed on in the past. Guys like, I don't know, like Bada or some of the early game bosses in Fire Emblem 7, Geb in Fire Emblem 8. Don't worry, we'll get to Geb. Good lord, we'll get to Geb. Let's turn the animations back on. I just want to ride the victory train out at this point. Mia's gonna have the hardest time dealing with these guys just because of the armor issue, but... Yeah, and unfortunately Bryce is off in no man's land, so... If she takes damage, we're gonna have to heal, because... At this point, like... Yeah, we're just gonna have to go all out here, I think. As they say in the business. I can heal her with Soren if need be. It's a big-ass axe, too. Good grief. This is not going to be easy to get through. We're basically going to have to go for the kill shot at every opportunity. Speaking of which, Okay, so let's open this last chest, because with this we'll be done. This is basically, like, just the... Mwah, French kiss, fortified. One range divide and magic divided by 2. Only, yeah. So you can't really see the might on here, but I think it's just the user's magic stat. But it's a staff that heals all surrounding allied units, and it also heals the wielder each turn. With the range of somebody like Rice, Micaiah, or yes, Oliver, because I don't know if he has the staff rank for this, but we can get him. We could get him there hypothetically if we wanted to. Staff that heals all surrounding allied units. When your range is 15, that's basically that's basically the full map in some cases. Not this one, because it's a little too big for that, but everybody else, yeah, that's going in the convoy for the time being. Although, do I want the... No, nobody in the Hawk Army can use the Arbalest, so we wouldn't get any benefit out of it. The Fortify Staff is best left used by, well, you'll see. I don't want to spoil the surprise or anything. Speaking of surprises, yeah, here comes Gatry. And you double him. God bless. We are beautiful. Oliver was absolutely correct. I'm turning on all the animations, yes, even Gatry, because we're not going to get to hear the theme, which is called Beauty is a Mad Mistress. Yeah, they really went there. We're not going to be able to hear it for very much time because, like I said, Oliver's perfectly endgame viable. He kind of joins at the perfect level for that, but yeah, it would be more funny than anything else for me to use him. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. Micaiah's, like I said, his main competition is Micaiah, and Micaiah's doing a little too well for me to not, like, keep doing that, so, yeah. I still love it. I can't remember the last time a lord was like, dude, can you go rejoin the enemy? This is kind of awkward. It's awkward, but I wouldn't have it any other. It's beautiful, as he would say. Well, okay. Guess we might as well enough these guys for all their worth. I don't remember when I last battle saved. I think it was around the point where I put the, open one of those two doors. And like I said, I'm a little bit worried that these guys could... Well, it would mainly be Mia suffering from success over anything else. I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to repeat any of this at this point. I've been going for... We're gonna get to, like, the 4-hour mark, and it's gonna be a little bit stupid. Actually, what I can do to just max... Never mind. I can't do anything with Nevity, I forgot. Although, how much damage do you take here? 14 from you, 30 from this guy, and then, yeah, most of the crit-happy enemies are gone, so... We can kind of just go ahead and get really aggressive here. Like I said, don't... We got the thunder, we might as well use it. For a second, I thought that was Flare, and I got happy, but I'll take that. Can I get Shannon? He's, what? 1, 2... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would have to shove him with everybody. But there's a way to do... Not if I do that. Actually, wait. If I do that, then... Well, Vika's gotta be able to shove him, so... I guess go, like... Maybe I should have used... Maybe I should have shoved with Vika first, now that I think about it. Oh well. Plus, if the child can't even do it, which he can't. Oh well. I'm not really losing sleep over that. The Vika experiment was, well, I see what people can do. I just don't know if I would want to do that, if I'm being honest. That was a one-time thing. I'm probably never gonna do that again in any future playthroughs. I know that it's possible, it's just very, very annoying. To the point where it kind of makes you not want to do it anymore. Well, Soren can heal you, I guess. How much damage does he take? Oh, even that's a 1% hit rate. I'm not worried about that at all. God, I love Daunt. It's so useful. Yeah, just go for it, Neff. We gotta get out of here. Speed of which, yep, Titania's fast enough to double. I love that. Ooh, I really love that. That is beautiful. That's what I might say. It's a big problem dealt with. And yeah, this will eliminate a problem. I don't know if I want to do that because Silver Axe, not the greatest idea in the world. Now, the other thing I have to keep in mind is these guys can start moving since I provoke them or something. Sometimes the AI works like that. All these unnecessary adept procs. I mean, it's lovely and all, but still. And are you the only unit I haven't used yet? Okay, fine. Okay, that's what I was worried about, is that the Shine Bishops move. It's not the best resistance, but it's still okay. I can take Mia can take 2 more hits. Oh, that's the only guy. Okay. Alright, let's express ourselves a little bit here. I love how slow he moves, too. That's just hysterical. Is that the waste of the Nosferatu tome? Yes, I've got another one. I don't care. That's his signature weapon. I gotta use it. Oh, nice, from downtown. Love that. Get a level up with the road, too, because he's a little too far away to do anything else. Same thing goes for Nyla, now that I think about it. Yeah, because I could potentially... There's only 4 units left, so we are more likely than not going to be able to deal with these guys on this turn. Why don't you take care of this problem for me? Gets me at a level 10. Very nice. Mia's speed cap is 40, and she will probably hit that before the end of the game. If I kept using her, that is. I probably will. Speaking of units, I'm probably going to keep on using. There's probably better ways of dealing with that guy than using Gatry, so I'll use him for this. Just to really, really ruin this guy's day. Oh my god, you were having the worst day, my friend. Get out of here. That... Neff's in a good spot, so's Titania. That's a guarantee right there. I would kind of want to see what I can get out of bonus XP at this point. Level 10 with that much is about where I would want it to be. Does anybody else have a talk combo with Oliver before we wrap up? I don't think so. No. Okay, and you can't, double this guy, unfortunately. No add-up proc either, which is unfortunate. But we can live with that outcome. Oh, wait! No, we don't even have to do that! Oh, can we? Oh, I think we can. Hang on a minute. This is stupid, but it'll work, so I don't care. Because that lets me get an extra level on Soren before we leave, and then... Or I could be funny. I could be very funny. If this procs, if Corona procs, I'll just laugh it off. Oh, it's glorious! I love it. Beauty is a mad, mad mistress. Praise be. Plus I can go over here and... Yeah. This guy's free pickings at this point. I think, like I said, I just go for it. Let's whip out the tornado tome. For old time's sake. Oh, ho, ho. You'll love to see it. Thanks, Soren. Not wanting to be outdone. I appreciate it. What a way to end it. And after nearly 4 hours, we're done with this train wreck. Well, another storm weathered. It's late. Everyone try to get some sleep and be ready for tomorrow. Oh, so it is late at night. Huh? Hetzel. Wiped out. Not a man left standing. It must be the will of the goddess. You are... Raphael, how... You're still alive! I'm so glad you're safe. I have nothing to say to you. So you know then. What we did was unforgivable. I was against it from the beginning. I argued with the others time and again. What's the use? It doesn't matter what I say now, Raphael. Despite everything, I'm very happy to see that you're alive. But I beg of you, stay away from the capital. You must not anger the goddess. I've seen that man before. He's a pretty influential senator, isn't he? His name is Hetzel, Duke of Asman. I owe my life to him. I'm sorry, but can we talk later? Raphael needs to rest. Yes, of course. I like how Oliver's just chilling in the background, like Hetzel didn't even notice him, if I had to guess. So, why are you guys here anyway? You wouldn't believe me, but came to me in a dream, Ike. A dream? Yeah, shortly after that light turned everyone to stone, I had a really strange dream. I don't remember it very well, but it was like there was a voice in my head, whispering encouragement. When I woke up, I knew what I had to do. I knew that everyone who hadn't been petrified was headed towards the Tower of Guidance, and from there, we'd all be saved. I had the same dream. I thought this must be a divine revelation, so we left the desert to make for the tower. Sounds like more of Yune's handiwork. Agreed. This is her way of gathering able bodies. If you count these three as able bodies, sure. I guess maybe Vika with enough effort, but... Morum's not that bad, but... Oh my goodness. When these guys... I guess these guys went back to Bennion because that's where they're headquartered out of, and... God, if you imagine a what-if where, like, the Laguz Alliance had gotten further along, if they had gotten to the desert, which they probably would have gotten to, had, like, the battle in Part 3 or Part 3, Chapter 4 gone their way, like, yeah, things might have been different, but I don't know. Or maybe I'm just yapping and these guys being included at the last second stems from cut content. I don't know. I suppose a goddess of chaos will do things her own way. Yune? Isn't that the dark goddess I keep hearing about? Should I even be listening to her? I can't really put it into words, but I can feel it inside. Listening to her is the right thing to do. I guess it's a lot like the dream you described. We Laguz are pretty intuitive. I feel it in my blood that Yune is the goddess of our ancestors. Alright, that makes it a little easier to come to grips with. Oh, right, we're not done yet. Are you feeling any better? Yes, much. Sorry if I worried you. That was quite a shock. No problem. Can we talk about it? I'd like to know more about you and that man. Yes, Hetzel. It was some time ago now, a little while before the Serenus Massacre. I was alone outside of the forest. There, I was found and captured by Bjork's slave traders. The slavers sold me at an auction, and the winner was Lord Hetzel. I didn't know until later, but the bidding for me among the senators was extremely competitive. Lord Hetzel actually spent much of his fortune on my purchase. After he took me home, I fell deathly ill, mostly from just desperation. Lord Hetzel was deeply moved by my plight. He brought me up to a temple and spent many days nursing me back to health. I have no doubt that he saved my life, but my wings never fully recovered. I haven't been able to fly since. Lord Hetzel felt terrible. Do you know what he told me? He said, once you fully recover, you can return to the forest. Members of the Heron clan, we can look inside people's hearts. I knew the truth of what Lord Hetzel said. He was being absolutely honest. I knew I could trust him from that moment on. Then, the Serenus Massacre. I didn't need to be told. I would have felt the suffering of many of my brethren from any of anywhere in the world. Lord Hetzel never said anything, but I knew the senators had murdered the apostle and blamed my clan. Because of the monstrous ambition of a handful of evil men, my entire race was burned to ash. Late that night, I returned to the temple. Something happened to me there. Some sort of force took hold of me. The next thing I knew, I was lying in the sand. If Queen Nyla hadn't come, I would have died right there. I didn't even realize how far I was from my dear home. So Duke Hetzel is both your savior and your enemy. Hetzel was not directly involved, nor did he give orders to those who were. Something about him still troubles me, though. Whenever I think of him, I feel chaos boiling up from his heart. I sense it in myself as well. I have the same feelings welling up within me. I suppose that's why I can accept it in him. Your people, the remaining Heron tribe, they've also changed. King Tabarn has said many times that Rayson and Leanne are far from typical Herons. Yes, I was surprised when we met again. They're both so strong, and vitality seems to shine forth from within them. It makes you wonder if chaos is really all bad, doesn't it? I am starting to think that the world needs a balance between order and chaos. What do you think? I don't know. I think there are some things we're not meant to understand. And with that, yeah, we were never going to get the turn bonus. I think the turn bonus is somewhere in the realm of 15 turns. It's when that initial group of reinforcements spawns, like, we weren't going to get that. This map was going to be long as all hell regardless of what I did. So, on that note, let's go find a raid target, because, yeah, once again, I don't want to... I would want to continue with the cutscene, the map commentary last time, and it starts immediately, and still a lot of plot left to go, and boy howdy. This next, whoop, hang on a minute. Nope, not there. Not that. Get me back to OBS. Yeah, not there, not there. That screen is not one that I want to load. Hit the wrong tab there. Anyway, like I said, let's go find a raid target.